I think we're good. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Captain Quasar, and welcome back to another live stream. Starting early again. That's how we do it. Always early. Even when I set the time earlier than normal, I'm still gonna be early. What can I say? But we do have some interesting stuff to look at today. Some Instagram posts, one Reddit post that I kind of just want to talk about because I thought it was an interesting discussion, and I'd like maybe some more clarity from different people if they know a little bit more, because I genuinely don't know too much about the topic. But we'll get there when we get there. And then I am going to have to cover some Nick Shirley stuff quickly. It really won't take me long, but I was getting a lot of comments from a lot of Nick Shirley fans, and so I'm going to make a tiny little segment out for the stream where I'm going to clip it and then post it, because these people just, I don't think they know how to. I said Nick Shirley doesn't investigate his own brain, and that seemed to ruffle a few feathers. But, you know, it is what it is. So let's get started with some Instagram posts. What do we think this is? What is he doing? Can somebody explain? Oh, actually, sorry. Let's do the poll first. I do have a poll ready. So the poll is pick a superpower. So the superpowers are turn snacks into better snacks, speak to one animal of each species. So you can pick one. So it's like, oh, I can speak to my dog, but I can't speak to my other dog. Stuff like that. Perfect time perception. You'll always be able to know how long something will take. You'll always be able to. I think that kind of covered most of it by saying you'll always know how long stuff will take. But let's add in there, you can also decide how long you're going to sleep. If you're going to decide on a 30-minute nap, you got that perfect time perception. You're like, okay, I'm going to take a 30-minute nap. And it works out. The next one is, the final one is teleport objects, but they go to random locations. And those random locations are truly random. It could be 5 feet away from you, or it could be in a different galaxy. That's just how it works. Really into talking to dogs, Cap, and what can I say? Who doesn't want to talk to dogs? But so pick one superpower. Turn snacks into better snacks. Speak to one animal of each species. Perfect time perception. Or teleport objects. And that's not just dogs. That's one animal of each species. I guess one... Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. So you pick one specific animal of each species. They're all animals, but you need one per species. Only one per species. So one dog, one cat, one cow, one horse, one fish, but then they can communicate to other animals and then kind of like be the middleman for you in that way. Will it transfer if the animal dies? Yeah, we'll say it's consistently one animal until you pass away. So it'll transfer to the next one you choose. So you will always have one per species until you die. I have 2 cats. That seems so unfair. Okay, so we're going to start the poll now. I'm going to say it one more time. Turn snacks into better snacks. Speak to one animal of each species. Perfect time perception or teleport objects. Start poll. Say cowabunga to penguins. You can really test if that movie was real. Like, did they base this on a true story? I need to know. My dog is the only animal I want to speak to. A horse comes up to you and tries to say something, you're like, I'm good. Come on, boy or girl. I don't know. But again, I've left this sitting on screen for long enough. Explain this to me, somebody, please. Is it just that he created a video that plays and that it switches every time he hovers it over the sensor. Is that what he's doing? I guess I understand the mechanism, like the ways in which this works vaguely, but I'm more confused as to why. Reference footage for animation? That actually might be true. This is the game Portal. But then again, like, what's the point of having this sensor thing? Because those are clearly two different things happening. But I don't know, just something interesting. Is this all this person does? Oh. No, they're advanced. I don't like that. Oh, it's one of those things. I've seen these where it's like you're looking at a piece of glass and then they're doing stuff on the other side and you're like, oh no, my brain is getting squished. Hate when that happens. Oh, I have seen other stuff from this account. I'm realizing this might be the one where we saw the person's head get knocked off. Yeah, it is. I didn't realize these were from the same account. I didn't realize. I guess I need to follow this account now. I'm too interested in their content. I guess that's probably what it is they're creating probably sensors for this type of stuff so they can create more visuals, more experiences. Yeah, it's augmented reality. That's probably the most accurate way to put it. I guess it's not augmented reality, it's just very intense virtual reality. Because augmented reality is when... Because I don't think that they're necessarily perceiving the world around them. It's more about like the auditory and sensory hallucination. But maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Very interesting. It's all just performance art. The audios on some of these are kind of crazy. It's great stuff though. High level VR. I was thinking about getting back into kendama. Too many sweats. Can't get back into it. You might be thinking, oh, this is nothing. This is like a regular, oh, okay, bounce it on the ground. That's nothing. Oh, just a couple passes. What? How long did that take? I don't like it. I just noticed the guy on the unicycle too. I was too entranced by the kendama. Would we try this kind of bowling? What do we think? Again, with the loud audio. This is elite bowling. I actually don't know what it's really called. Oh yeah, it is just a bowling alley. It's just high level bowling. They're not even trying. Put a little effort in. If I choose to turn snacks into better snacks, can I repeat it till it becomes the ultimate snack? Hey, it's your power. Do with it what you will. Bowling on hardcore mode. They take you out back if you miss. You don't want to see what happens if you miss. When you get a gutter ball, they really put you in the gutter. And then just a guy jumping from a high height. We're running through these a little bit fast, but why not? First day in Berlin, and we go big. Big up to Matthias Jasso. Or Josu? I don't know. Something like that. He jumps to this tree. Oh! It was his first day, and it could have very easily been his last. Big ups, I guess? Stay up. Don't fall.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh! Remember in Wii Bowling when you'd throw the ball behind you and all the Miis would do a 360 and go, woo, woo. I can't even do it right. I remember.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Imagine just filming your friend die. Like if he would have missed, this would have been a very different kind of video. This wouldn't have been on Instagram. Or I guess it would have still been on Instagram, huh? Now that I think about it, even if he died, it probably still would have ended up on Instagram. More footage of me playing Peak. Is this you playing Peak? Someone explain this one to me. Is this AI? We don't move faster alone, but we move forward. The Workshop of Thoughts, Creation 2026, thanks you for the... Creation 2026. Thanks for the welcome. Okay. Explain this one to me. Again, more audio. I'll do some more scatting for it. Boom ba da ba ba doo ba da ba ba. Wow wow wow. Wow wow. Oh oh oh. Oh oh. Ba ba da ba 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 ba. Sorry, that was probably more annoying than it needed to be. There is something about this. This is beautiful. It's real. You can't tell me that this is fake. You can't prove it to me. Start flying around, do it. Tell me you just start flying around in this video. I don't know, just the thing starts moving. Interesting. Okay, this one you can see that they're tethered. This one you can see the tether. But I'm convinced. I'm convinced it's real. You can't prove anything different to me. Oh, here, one last one that I didn't share. Here's a horse. Oh. Something about health.
Ah, nos fuimos. Ah, nos fuimos. Ah, nos fuimos.
It's a nice way to end the little Goofs and Gaffes sections, you know what I mean? Is this a goof or a gaff? Not really. This is an aww. Aww.
Ah, nos fuimos.
Look at him go. Look at her go.
Ah, nos fuimos.
Look at them go. Amazing. That's it for the Goofs and Gaffes. And then I wanted to talk about this. This was the only Reddit post that I really wanted to speak on, because I saw it, and I think it's an interesting conversation to have, because I think that it's multifaceted. So Ethan's wrong about freedom of speech in the UK and Europe. I've seen a lot of American streamers lately repeating this very exaggerated talking point, mainly coming from the right, that you'll be arrested for an online post or there's no free speech. Not many people take the time to research what people have been arrested for in the UK for making Facebook posts. People stating that they'll burn down a hotel with migrants or with migrants in or a mosque. They'll repeatedly show up to protests causing trouble, and they're on the radar for the police. You know, things you should be arrested for and are outside free speech. The EU has the same same online laws, and you don't see anyone saying if you make an online post in Sweden, the police will show up. It's just stupid and unfounded. Well, I think that's just a bad example because Scandinavia has some of the best freedom of speech laws. I'm sorry, that's just a bad example. But what I was going to bring up is I was looking into the statistics, and what I found is like there is a higher rate of arrests for. I went on the Times, and the claim is police make 30 arrests a day for offensive online messages. And it says that there was 12,000 arrests in 2023 under Section 127 of the Communication Act 2003. And then when I looked up I'm realizing I just looked up hate crimes. This isn't even online hate crimes. This is just hate crimes. I realized I just pulled a bad statistic. This doesn't make sense anymore. But the hate crime incidents for 2023 in the US were 11,000. Sorry, I guess it doesn't really make as much sense now the point I'm trying to make, but what I was going to say is that the obviously the US has a much larger population, so if those numbers do compare, but I guess they would kind of go under the same. Well, I don't know. It's just because their hate crimes, it's reported hate crimes in 2023. But would that include online hate crimes? I guess that's the only part, because that was the other part, is that it's not as well outlined as the data that the Times has gotten, because this just has like an overall numbers type of thing. But then in the UK specifically, out of those 12,000 arrests, only about 1,000 were sentenced. And so that's probably where the assertion is coming from, that the arrests in themselves are unfounded. And there's obviously there's a lot of different reasons that they might not be sentenced when it comes to the actual like victims wanting to go through with the charges, like wanting to continue with the process and stuff like that also comes into play. So that obviously is like factored in. Well, I guess then the point, I mean, here's the thing. The statistic might be wrong, but I think the point still stands then, that even if where are the arrests for hate speech then at all? Because we can talk about the legitimacy of these arrests, because obviously, I mean, there are arrests because you can't make threats and stuff, and that's basically a similar outline. But I do think that how do you feel about Ethan saying you have less freedom than we do in the US? Well, the whole thing is this, is that like, you can talk, it is in some way true, but it's about if those freedoms are legitimate, because like the freedom of hate speech, like protected under free speech in like most general cases, it does extend pretty far. And I think the main one that Ethan is kind of like hinging on is the whole like Holocaust denial, which is illegal in most, like, you're like, I guess not most, when you consider like, does this cover the Balkans extensively? No, not really. But again, like Scandinavia, obviously, slightly better. Does it have Switzerland? And again, it's like, should it be legal? It is a question of should it be legal? And that's kind of an argument to make, I think is fair. Yeah, pretty much what I just said. America is dumb. It's not as bad as y'all make it out to be. No, definitely not. Well, the point is this: is that there does seem to be, because there was this, which was interesting too. In this article, they just do a good. It's so hard because most articles do a good job of trying to create framing in a way that lends to like the headline. Thank you so much, Bobby. Welcome to Quasar's Cadets.
Yay, I got a subscriber.
And also this number is lower than it probably would be because there were like 8 what was it? Let me see. 8. The total arrest figures are likely to be higher because 8 forces failed to respond to freedom of information requests or provided inadequate data. I don't think anyone in the EU thinks that their speech is limited. I mean, that's just not true. Like, you can think that the people that think that their speech is limited is illegitimate. But like, there are a lot of people that claim that their speech is being limited for reasons like this. And again, like, we can talk about like something like this, right? This guy was arrested for who is appealing against a conviction for dressing up as the Manchester Arena bomber Salman Abedi for a Halloween party last year. He posted images on social media showing him wearing an Arabic-style headdress and the slogan "I love Ariana Grande" on his t-shirt and carrying a rucksack with "Boom" and TNT written on the front. Wooten was arrested and admitted to sending an offensive message online. This is the part that confuses me, because in itself, this is heinous, morally reprehensible, but should it be illegal? Is kind of the question. Like, that's kind of the thing. It's obviously morally reprehensible, but should you, should anybody who does blackface be arrested for it? Is kind of like I don't know. Because is it inciting violence? Because this is the part that I'm confused. Yeah, the sending of an offensive message online. That's the part where I'm like, what was the offensive message? Because if he was inciting violence in some way, or like, you know, saying some, like even trying to do a parody of something that a terrorist would really say or something, you know, you definitely might reach, like the level. They should have to do community service in blackface. That might be the way to do it. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is we should have higher like standards. I don't. It is interesting. Yeah, inciting violence is just as bad as doing violence, in my opinion. Yeah, that's true. But again, it's like, is just wearing this, is doing this costume inciting violence? Again, it's heinous and morally reprehensible. The offensive message could be inciting violence, but they didn't say that the offensive message was doing that. It just says sending an offensive message online. And is the offensive message just the post of him wearing this outfit? And that's just where it's like, yeah, let people throw produce at them. That's a kind of a smart way to do it. For crimes like this, let's reduce assault charges when you're throwing tomatoes. Well, again, I'm going purely off the framing in this article. It says the conviction was for dressing up as the Manchester Arena bomber for Halloween. I don't know how they would write that legally. Like, I don't know what the legal statute would be for the costume, but that's like the framing that they're giving for this. And I'm just going off of that. But again, I do think it's a conversation, right? That like something like this where Holocaust denial is legal in the U.S. and it's not. It's illegal in a lot of other places, and that's kind of like where I could we could say that yes, we have the freedom to do Holocaust denial, I guess. But is that a freedom? Like, and it sounds terrible, right? Because you want, and that's the thing though, is people say that you don't want necessarily maximum freedoms. You don't want maximal freedoms because then you're just gonna have people killing each other in the street. That's like the end. That's the end all. So it's like you obviously want limitations put in some place because we have a society. The fake Tom Ward was officially retired. It was fun, guys. He's officially left the building. The force added in a statement, the man was arrested on 1st November on suspicion of a number of offenses, including using a public communication device, public communication network to send offensive messages. But again, what are the offensive messages? I would need to see what the offensive messages are, because it is just, at least the way that they're framing this in the Times, which is left-leaning too. I don't know, it's right? The Times is left-leaning, right? The Times skews left. And reliable analysis, fact reporting in terms of reliability, as said by Ad Fontes. I think it was just questioned. I mean, it says conviction for that one. Yeah, and this is the other thing that they were trying to point out is other linked offenses, is that it just like basically like additional charges that this person was saying that they would get additional charges for like being at protests, doing other things, and then also already having cases being built about their online usage. Which again, it's like there's obviously legitimacy there, but and that's why I think the conversation isn't even necessarily if the US has more freedom, is ultimate freedom, like, or does it have more freedom in terms of free speech? Is ultimate free, like ultimate free speech good, like, is, which I think is probably no, right? My defense would be, I'm not used to this level of scrutiny. He pled guilty. A lot of people plead guilty. What was the actual what did he plead to? Guilty to what? Because if he avoided jail time, then I could totally understand someone being like, yeah, sure. Sure, I said mean stuff online, fine. That's what I'm saying, is it's like, there's obviously a lot of nuance to be had here. And so Ethan saying this, I will agree, is probably not the correct stance to just full swath say that the UK and Europe has no free speech. But I would still argue that the freedom of speech in the US is greater than at least certain European countries. But then we have to question if that free speech is good. Why did I bring up this German one? Oh yeah, I was looking in Germany too. Prosecuting online trolls. Here's how the country is fighting hate speech on the internet. There was some reason I pulled this up. I was looking at all of this literally right before I started. Or maybe this was just to reinforce the whole Holocaust denial stuff, because it was showing that a neo-Nazi was arrested. I literally don't remember why I brought this article up. I'm like looking at it. I think I was trying to look for other through other European countries, but it's it's gonna take too long to look through all of them. Freedom of speech should stop where the crime begins. Well, I saw somebody saying this. I think it might have been in here. I don't remember. I think it might have been in there, but it was basically freedom of speech ends where you're imposing on the rights of others. But what rights would you be imposing on with just hate speech alone? Because again, and it depends on the levels of hate speech. It is a very, I don't know, it is a nuanced conversation for sure. Because I guess when I said that, I realized how stupid it is, because it's yeah, there are levels of hate speech that would impose themselves on others' liberties. But it's not every instance is going to be that. So I guess it's we need to make sure that the definitions are at least we cross all our T's, dot all our I's kind of thing. A case from Belgium. Here, let me see. Where'd you post it at? Well, the greater freedom consists of what exactly? Only bad things. But that's the thing. You can't just say greater freedoms only consist of bad things, because then where do we draw the line? Obviously, you want the most amount of freedoms for the most people, for the maximal amount. It is a hard. Oh, in this thread, sorry. There's Australia. Belgium here. This was our more controversial conviction. Doxing a suspected murderer by hazing by a YouTuber. 3 months suspended prison sentence for YouTuber Acid. Original video. published a video on May 31st, 2023, following a viral concerning... Yeah, see, and that's kind of like the thing is, it is. Sorry, I read that kind of in complete silence because I was trying to get a grasp of it. The young student died during a deadly hazing ritual by Roosendaal, a now disbanded Flemish fraternity at KU Leuven. In the video, Vandergunst mentioned several people by name and shared personal information about them. YouTube eventually took the video down. And so he pledged to expose those involved with Dia's death. So was it controversial because he was charged? Oh, he had to pay them 20,000 euros. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I thought I was paused or muted. I when there's an article, I want to make sure I'm reading through it. This is and yeah, that is, I would say that is like a very interesting case, but because obviously should be against doxing, but if the information is available, I guess the whole thing is that there's not like, it would be at the time when like reporting, it would be seen as inconclusive probably, right? So then it's just doxing, since he's not like a legitimate like investigative body. Is that kind of like, that's kind of what I'm trying to get from this. What if dating and money is the new hire? I hope so. Caleb Hammer is live responding to Papa Gut. I gotta check in on that for just a second.
And because I say,
oh no.
yeah, so fraud's bad. Immediately I'm on the right. So it's just like, we can fact checker. He just makes sure.
Okay, so they're doing other stuff first.
Look at that jawline.
There he is.
Yep.
He's not a fact checker. He just makes sure the show runs, that the segments are running smoothly. Let's show Wes.
Look at him.
And he
6'3".
just does the technical side.
6'3".
Wait, what? They both do the same thing? He's making sure everything works, and he does the technical. What the fuck are you talking about?
Checker. He just makes sure the show runs, that the segments are running smoothly. Let's show Wes.
Look at him.
And he
6'3".
just does the technical side.
those are the same thing, what you just said.
Our own video. I will say it seems like you guys are trying to jump through hoops to discredit Nick, even though you can't.
I literally, that's what we're going to do in this next part, so maybe I'll just skip over to that because this is just so stupid. It's not about discrediting the fact that these businesses are fraudulent. It's discrediting him as a journalist. It's like the most simple thing to understand. And I don't get why these people want to jump through hoops to argue that. Fraud is bad. Fraud is bad. Look at me. I'm so smart. I hate fraud. Have you guys known about fraud? So I keep getting all these comments on the stream that I did about Nick Shirley of people saying stuff like, oh, You don't know anything. Go do some research. Nick is a based. Just a lot of people calling me the R word too. It's just like, as a good Mormon boy, I feel like he would probably find these people as degenerates for speaking that way. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's one of those edgy Mormons, you know? Yeah, it's not hard to discredit Nick. He's shitty. It's like okay, here's the thing. I also got recommended, watch his full 2.5 hour interview. Andrew disingenuously edited it. All I need to watch is this first 2 seconds because he brings up the 2 points I care about. And he doesn't actually respond to the actual issues with the claims he's making. All he tries to do is just frame it as Andrew actually agreed with me in the moment. I'll just fucking let it play. It's actually so stupid. It's so dumb. I'm getting too frustrated to start. Let me just calm down for a second. Just seeing Caleb Hammer doing that too, it's just like, it's all so ridiculous. So let me run the preface again. You know what I'll do? I'll pull up the comments that I've been getting. Because why not? Why not? It's a fun time. Ooh, they are getting me some views though. That's what matters, right? The more that I engage with the comment section, the more views it gets. So good, yippee, good for me. When you don't like the message, attack the messenger. In this case, a young man. Of course he's going to have his flaws, like we all do. And good and his age. What? Nick Shirley is based. Shut the fuck up. Watch the unedited interview. Everything was clipped out of context. So you're saying there's no fraud? You can't be for real. Guys, how many times during this did I say, yeah, this place does look sketchy. Oh, there was a bunch of, oh, okay, everything does seem really sketchy with this business. But Nick Shirley is an idiot. Nick Shirley doesn't understand how to articulate his points properly and doesn't know how to contend with arguments made against him. And this was the big one. I got in a little bit of a debate with this person, a little bit of a back and forth. And this person wanted to say, what lies has Nick Shirley told? And I might have been wrong. I don't think that I'm wrong in this. I think that there's two aspects to Nick Shirley being wrong, and I only covered one of them in this reply. But I had this, what I felt like was a thoughtful conversation. Look at this long response I gave. And they really ended it with, I've heard enough. You're deranged. Oh, wait, this was the long one. How long is this one? Oh, it's still not that long. You're deranged, and I'm glad your attitude won't ever make you famous. Good luck on your streaming career. Who wants to be famous? But getting a lot of comments on here telling me I need to watch Nick Shirley's full interview, debunking all of the claims that that Andrew Callahan made. Also, this person replied, they just kept commenting. They commented like a bunch of times. Yeah, I was in this one too. Andrew lost all credibility years ago. Who said that I'm like it's just so funny the way that like all of these people act as though everything is black or white. Either you're on Andrew's side or you're on Nick's side. I literally said that Andrew's video didn't make any sense by the end of it. I remember by the end of the stream, I was like, wait, what? What? This seems like, and that makes sense now that it was 2 hours long. Probably 2 hours just literally of dead air because Nick Shirley can barely string a sentence together. But I'm getting, I will watch the beginning of it because he does articulate at least these two arguments that I cared about. He brings up the two biggest blunders and then flounders through them and fails to articulate anything like just at all. Cap and crash out in the comments. Always. We always be in the comments. But here it is. This is Nick Shirley and Channel Vive, full interview. And again, it's 2.5 hours. It's like, come on, man.
This is my second channel called Nick Shirley Interviews. And just
Oh, I don't need to. I was actually watching through a bit of it, trying to see, and it's just so, it's nothing. It is literally nothing.
This is my second channel called Nick Shirley Interviews. And just the other week, 72 hours after I posted the most viral video expose in the history of the internet, where I exposed Minnesota fraud, I agreed to do an interview with Andrew Callahan. Before that, I had done Patrick Bet David, Iced Coffee Hour. And so I'd literally been going from 72 hours of just nonstop chaos. And Andrew hit me up and I said, yeah, let's do the interview. Me and Andrew had talked before. We were in good relations before, as far as like having mutual respect for one another. And I said, yeah, let's do the interview. And then about a week and a half later, he then posted the interview. And I see the interview and I say, what is this? This is only an hour long. And then I watch the interview and I say, wait, what's going on? This isn't the full interview. Like, what is this? And I want to give you guys two examples before I go into the entire 2.5 interview with Andrew. The first one is right here when we're talking about America's cities that are prospering. Pay close attention to what he puts in versus what actually happens. This is the first example. What American city is prospering right now?
Austin.
Austin. Name another one.
El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, Texas is prospering.
Yeah.
Nashville.
Nashville's doing good. Phoenix is doing good. Basically, any place with low state taxes getting a lot of.
In any place that's not Democrat.
I don't know about that. I mean,
name a Democrat city that's prospering right now.
Well, he kind of fucked that up too. Any state that's not Democrat or a state that is Democrat, because I think he meant a state that is Democrat, because that's what he ended up saying. Because he did also, like, Phoenix is like, it's kind of a swing state, so like Arizona's kind of a swing state, so Phoenix is kind of a good example, but
getting a lot of.
In any place that's not Democrat.
I don't know about that. I mean,
name a Democrat city that's prospering right now.
Well, it would have to be one that's affordable.
Name one.
Denver.
Why are you smirking? It's not prospering. Denver's not prospering either. Yeah.
So here's what he cut out. So he said Denver's prospering. And he went, Denver's not prospering.
Denver.
Why are you smirking?
Because I don't know if it's prospering.
It's not.
I don't know if it's prospering or not, because it's not.
You can't even answer the question. It's not prospering. Denver's not prospering either.
I agree.
Denver's not prospering either. He's just speaking out of his ass. So if we look at the unemployment rates, this is from December 22nd, 2025. It's not like Denver's doing amazing, but they have like a tech industry. Don't they do like, they do like bioscience and stuff. Like there's a lot of, yeah, and Austin is super lib. There's a bunch of stuff out of Denver too, though. And so I wanted to bring up the Denver point because he seems to be going like, see, Andrew Callahan can't even make a point. He named all these cities, but then he lies about Denver. He doesn't even know anything. And so if we look at the unemployment rate, as of September 2025, it actually did in 2024 have a higher unemployment rate. But as of 2025, the unemployment rate has decreased past the national average, which did I'm sorry, I'm like flubbing, which did increase. There was a decrease in Denver. And then if we look at things like then the incomes that are coming, they're higher than. Also, cost of living is a bit higher, but it's because they're like making more money. And yeah, it's like there's obviously going to be like ups and downs in any economy. And I don't know too much about Denver, to be completely honest, but in the very little bit of research that I've done, in the very minimal amount of time that I've spent doing research, it seems like Denver's doing pretty good for itself. And so him just claiming outright that Denver is not prospering because Andrew didn't know is untrue, is just him speaking out of his ass, like quite literally.
I agree that Democrat-run states are doing badly.
And now the second example, when we're talking about Somalians being known for pirating, as 89% of the fraud that has been charged inside of Minnesota, 89% of the fraud that's happening in Minnesota is by Somalians. And so this is what Andrew...
Okay, I'm going to slow it down for this part because this is the one that I think I might have gotten like half right on, but I need to make sure I'm hearing this correctly. Let's see.
Democrat-run states are doing badly.
And now the second example, when we're talking about Somalians being known for...
Oh my God, wait, that's at regular speed? He speaks so slowly. This is normal speed.
Are doing badly.
And now the second example, when we're talking about Somalians being known for pirating, as 89% of the fraud that has been charged inside of Minnesota, 89% of the fraud that's happening in Minnesota is by Somalians. And so this is what Andrew puts in the interview.
Somali community, or do you see it as both?
89% of the fraud is being committed by Somalians.
Where exactly is that statistic from?
You can pull it up on the screen. You'll find it.
I just want to know.
You can pull it up on the screen. Great source. So first of all, it looks like he's just getting an AI overview. And so, like, this is also stupid. But this disproves him talking about the Feeding Our Future scandal, in which 82 of the 92 individuals charged in this case were Somali.
Know where it's from.
You want me to find it right now?
For sure, just so I can, I don't know, I believe you. I just want to make sure we have the exact.
Here, right here. Yeah, and it's not racist to say it. Probably. And when I go to the daycares, there's not.
It's not that it's racist, it's untrue. And the thing that you're doing, the thing that is racist, is that you're using this untrue statement to try and conflate U.S. fraud with Somali piracy, which is which isn't just, it didn't just happen in a vacuum. Somalia has been in a civil war for like 30 years, something like that, over 30 years, I think. Well, definitely over 30 years, right? Yeah, like definitely over 30 years. It's just so ridiculous to try and act like everything is just, oh, they're pirates. That is you making like a criticism of their character based on like them as a people. That is what you're doing. The statement alone that 89% of Somalis are committing fraud in itself is not racist, but the way you are using it is for a racist cause.
A single white person running. And this is what he just, for some reason, decides not to put in the interview.
89% of those charged in connection with a major.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. Listen to what Andrew says.
89% of those charged in connection with a major. Wow.
Identified as Somali Americans.
Well,
89% identified, and then they're talking. Here's the thing. There's two things that he could be possibly talking about, and I think he's probably conflating them. What just happened on my scroll? Oh, here it is. So I feel like he's conflating this article with this other, or maybe it's not specifically this article, but this claim with another claim. And Fox News is like fucking terrible with the way that they frame everything. Look at this. 89% of Somali immigrant families use welfare programs as Minnesota fraud scandal exposes deeper fiscal issues. Shouldn't there be a comma here? Shouldn't there be a comma right here after programs to separate these two? Because right now what this is like trying to push is that them being on welfare programs is the part of the fraud scandal. But the Minnesota fraud scandal is just exposing deeper fiscal issues, because there is fraud that's happening in Minnesota. That is true. And yes, 89% of use some kind of Somali immigrants' households with children. CIS, and again, there's another part, with children specifically. CIS reports 89% use some kind of welfare. 86% of such families are on Medicaid, compared to the 28% of Minnesota households headed by a native-born citizen. More than 1 in 5 Somali men of working age are unemployed. More than half of children in Somali immigrant households are below the poverty line, compared to only 7.6% of those in native-headed homes. Just basically just pointing out wealth disparity and being like, see? But this, again, is not saying that is the fraud, but just pointing out that they are getting this, and then they're trying to conflate it with the fraud. They're trying to say that all of these things are running in tandem. And then, again, that is why Fox News skews right and is generally reliable analysis or other issues. Just generally reliable, but there are other issues. But then also on this PBS article that I found, this PBS article says, among those running schemes to get funds or for child nutrition, housing services, and autism programs, 82 of the 92 defendants are Somali Americans, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for Minnesota. So, again, this is 98% in relation to these cases, or this case, or whatever. Yeah, the past fraud in Minnesota, the Feeding Our Future thing. Yeah, 47 were charged out of the 78, but then in total it ended up being 82 out of 92 of the people in total. Or wait, it was 48 were charged, 78 with ongoing investigations, and in total 92 were defendants, and 82 of them were Somali Americans. That is like the correct statistics, and I think this does equal 89%. Yes, 89.1%. So this is also an 89% thing, but again, it's in relation to these specific things. Yeah, in these specific case, in this one specific case, I think actually. Yeah, 50, sorry. So that's what it was. 47 under Biden, 57 have been convicted. But that isn't saying the totality of fraud in Minnesota are happening by Somalis. Like, it's pretty evident. Yeah, I bet they fact checked before uploading the video, and that's why he would cut out him just agreeing with it at face value. He looked at it afterwards, did journalism, did the lightest bit of journalism, and just looked it up. He doesn't know how to speak at a normal pace, and he doesn't know how to read. Why are people listening to him exactly? Oh, that's right, confirmation bias. Well, and that's the thing too, is it's so ridiculous because they want to try and act as though everybody's just saying, oh, fraud didn't happen. Nobody believes in fraud. No, it's that this guy doesn't know how to string a sentence together, and everybody's acting like he's the next big thing, like he's going to be the next big journalist. Like I said, both of these things he just tried to like discredit Andrew on were wrong. Were literally wrong. And it's just like, what is the point? And then also this, yeah, it's like he just sits there and stammers and stutters and can't really articulate his point. So they're obviously going to be like, hey, can you repeat that? And then cut out all the dead air. Why didn't you guys make me look more dumb?
Yes, I am conservative. When they call me a MAGA influencer, well, I think what you're seeing nowadays is maybe MAGA has more truth than the other side, and that's why they labeled me as MAGA.
Yeah.
Is it wrong? Is it true that fraud is fraud? Is it true that fraud is bad? Should we go after the fraudsters?
It's just such a baby brain thing to say. It is literally like you have plaque building, you have early onset Alzheimer's, my friend. I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm so like like I'm just genuinely like at a loss for words. I can say that my Alzheimer's runs in my family. I will get it one day. That's why I can't think sometimes. The plaque has already started. Do you think he fully understands how much of a pawn he is? Oh, that was the other part I was going to bring up. He doesn't. He literally doesn't. They don't seem to understand this point either. They just want state-run media. Like, this part was the part that was literally like just insane.
So a couple days ago, Minnesota State Representative Lisa DeMuth said that her Republican caucus had been, quote, working with you ahead of your coverage. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, I had no idea who she was.
Our caucus has been working to expose fraud for years, including working with Nick Shirley.
Minnesota House GOP leaders say they provided the YouTuber with information in the now viral video.
So you feel like she's
So she provided him information. How did she do that?
just clout chasing?
Yeah, that's what I literally put in the reply in the tweet. Her campaign freaked out when I tweeted that. That's the lady who I was referring to earlier in this interview. Mm-hmm. So her staff was the people that David had received the information from because
So the guy that randomly hit you up, that randomly on a whim was like, hey, I know you don't know me. I know you're not going to vet me in any way. But I've been researching this for years, and I have information from the inside. Would you like to talk about it? And now, I don't want to be the conspiracy theorist. Andrew's the one who posited this conspiracy theory earlier in the original stream that we watched. But he posited the idea that people in the government were trying to push this story to try and, like, you know, downplay the Epstein list and try and kind of sweep it under the rug. And the fact that he was getting information directly from, like, House representatives is, like, insane. It's so ridiculous. Like, I just don't get it. I'm too silent sometimes, Cap. What do you mean? Am I too hushed? Am I talking like this?
David reached out and she works inside the government, so she did actually a good job by doing what she's supposed to do, by serving the people and giving.
Like, what? So he said she's a clout chaser, but David did get information from her, but he's never spoken to her. So, like, I don't understand the point that he's trying to make. I grabbed a can from the Canada Dry pack and got a 7-Up. They swindled you. Time to take that in. Take that all the way to the top. I genuinely don't get it.
That information.
Yeah, it says that Harry Niska, a Republican representative who's a staffer for her, was the one who gave the intel to David.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right. But good on her for actually caring about fraud. Fraud's been taking place for years.
And it's really affected the city on that big of a level to the point where people like David are feeling it.
Yeah, because what they knew is Minnesota is not Minnesota anymore.
So again.
But good on her for actually caring about fraud. Fraud's been taking place for years.
And it's really affected the city on that big of a level to the point where people like David are feeling it.
Yeah.
It's been affecting the city on such a big level to the point where people like David are feeling it. And he just happens to be able to get this insider information. Like, I'm not, like, again, I don't want to be the conspiratorial type, but what's with all these people just being cool with, like, oh, he's doing his investigation, but he's letting other people do all the legwork for him. He's just running with data that other people are getting him. That's why he's getting everything wrong. How is he a good journalist then? Like, what? He has solved fraud. He did. I'm just like, it just genuinely baffles the mind.
Now people are stealing our money.
I want to just hear him.
And what has the left done, in this case, in Minnesota? What have they done?
I mean, Tim Lassay's been prosecuting them for quite a while, fraudsters.
He says he's been going after crime and he even knew of organized crime. He's even said organized crime in previous statements.
I did see there was like 60 convictions related to fraud in Minnesota since 2019.
Yes, there's a lot more that need to be done because
it's just like, it's the most ridiculous points. Like, he doesn't know how to actually come up with any type of argument that makes sense. Well, they actually have been going after the fraudsters. They have had 60 arrests since 2019. Yeah, but there's a lot more they could be doing too. Yeah, so what? Like, what? Sorry, we're gonna get to that later. This is what we have at the end. But we might get to this actually, now that I'm thinking. Actually, I probably will save the Candace Owens stuff for tomorrow. I think Dr. Pepper is owned by Keurig. Yep. Keurig, it is Keurig Dr. Pepper. They did form together. Interesting. They merged. Wow. They merged with the Dr. Pepper Snapple group. So Dr. Pepper Snapple group merged with Keurig Green Mountain, and that's how we have Keurig Dr. Pepper. They just dropped the Snapple group part of it. How sad. I fucks with Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper's my favorite. I need to turn my AC on. I'm getting too worked up. I was getting a little sweaty, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Oh, the heat's on. Why the hell is the heat on? Stop that. So what we're going to do now is talk about the man himself. I just realized this is still on the William Hurt Show video.
That doesn't mean that anything.
We're going to watch the original video that he made. Stale 2000, a message to the CEO of Reddit, Spez, from Livestream Fails former top mod. So we're going to see that, then Penguin Zero response, and then today, Stale 2000 actually released.
Thank you for watching my video.
My response to Moist Critical 7 hours ago. Intense. So I do want to see this. I might speed it up just a little bit because it is a lot to go through. This fucking guy. It's just something else. Hello, Spez. It's me again. Yes, we're gonna have finally get some context. Yes, he went from purple aura to green aura. Clicked on the body cam footage.
Thank you for watching my.
I like it. Keep changing them up at every video. Smart way to handle things. What changed in this time? He's leveled up. He went from purple to green. I think that was him changing forms. So, sorry. This is a message to the CEO of Reddit, Spez, from r/livestreamfails former top mod. Let's check it out.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform. But first, some background. I'm Brian, or Stale 2000, or Tarot Card. I was the...
Those are a lot of names, a lot of aliases, my friend. Brian, Stale 2000, or Tarot Card. Which one?
Top moderator.
You don't get the full deck.
First, some background. I'm Brian, or Stale 2000, or Tarot Card. I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason.
My question is, you don't have I guess he knew if he went to HR or went to a higher up, they would just shoot this email down. Why did he make it a YouTube video though? I feel like emailing this directly to them might have been better, but even then it's just, there's something going on here, my friend.
And that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company. In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end
me when I start just banning everybody that says stuff that I disagree with. Hey, it was a good faith attempt at trying to fix this place, fix this hellscape.
In the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators. First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole.
It's not just stupid internet drama. It's about how Reddit as a whole is... In the grand scheme of things, I think you need to realize that that is just stupid, petty internet drama. Nothing more, nothing less. This is about something bigger. This is about Reddit.
Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. It was basically a game show like Survivor or Big Brother where fans of a streamer compete in different challenges with an influencer or a streamer for various prizes. The kicker here is that there was a grand prize of $20 million, supposedly. This was...
I didn't know that's what the... That's crazy. Okay. Is it legit? I want $20 million. I'm a fan of streamers.
Supposedly going to be aired on Amazon Prime, and it was also confirmed to be including a couple of mid-sized and large streamers like Alexandra and Andrea Botez, Extra Emily, Canute, and a few others.
I know Extra Emily. I've heard the name Canute before. Don't know who the other two are.
Additionally, the opportunity was supposedly brought to these streamers by a company called Mythic Talent, which is a well-respected streamer agency that represents hundreds of live streamers. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers. So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit. But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF themed best clip contest. Like contestants compete in one of the kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end.
I'm sorry, this is a terrible idea. Like, I don't even care about it being a scam. This is just not, this is just not good. Bad content.
Was a stretch goal though. So I reached out to the organizers, and to my surprise, they immediately understood what LSF was, what power it had, and they even agreed to the stretch goal of like the cool competition to have in the actual show. From my perspective, this felt like one of the coolest things that a subreddit has ever done. I mean, being in a freaking reality TV show.
Well, you haven't done it yet. You were just, it's like, I said this before, but it's like when you have the idea of like, I've been coming up with I have a movie that I've been working on since I was 5 years old. Oh, what? You have like the script written? Nah, it's all up here though. I'm just waiting for the day. It's like, until it's put out there, you haven't really created anything. You haven't done anything yet. Just coming up with ideas and writing things on paper. It feels nice. It really does, but hey, putting pen to paper is nice, but putting paper in hands is better. I was trying to think of a way to go to make that analogy work, but we kind of got there in the end, I guess.
In a topic that's directly related to the subreddit, how awesome. And then, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities, either for our subreddit.
He's thinking I'm going to take initiative and they'll have to recognize my value. Literally, that's what he said. He quite literally just said that.
To the subreddit, how awesome. And then, maybe I could leverage this to get even more opportunities, either for our subreddit or for other subreddits across the entire platform. That's how I felt, at least. And that's clearly not how it worked out. After they agreed to kind of a couple of these kind of requests that I had in my stretch goal, they immediately started moving very quickly. We wrote up an announcement and they wanted this out within like 24 hours. So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. This initially didn't actually worry me, because no matter what we do, people call it a scam. I mean, I've done AMAs with the Twitch CEO. People called that a scam.
That doesn't make any sense, though. Those are two completely different things.
And I was also thinking like multiple major live streamers were involved, Mythic Talent was involved. Surely they had done their due diligence, right? Additionally, the thing that people were the most skeptical about was the $20 million grand prize. This initially confused me as well, but once I heard that, Amazon Prime was allegedly involved, my initial concerns were assuaded. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. Maybe my involvement alone could make the...
I honestly met someone like that. He saw me with my DSLR camera and would not leave me alone and kept rambling on and on about the movie he was going to make. And he looked like stale. He looked like tarot card. It is interesting too. Because you could film on a DSLR, like you can. But you should have just been like, I don't know if this would work well for that. I just walk away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
The $20 million kind of investment worth it? Who knows? At least that's what I thought. Now here comes the next part of the story, when things get a little crazy. The next day, a major live streamer who was involved in the show, Extra Emily, said on her stream that she kind of saw all of these comments about people calling it a scam, and they even saw that LSF was involved, and this was apparently unacceptable to her, so much so that she was considering kind of dropping out of the show or kind of looking into seeing if kind of the whole thing was a scam or not. After seeing this, I brought the concerns to the organizers, and the organizers told me that they were currently in talks with the agents to resolve this, and they told me in no uncertain terms that the show was not canceled and was still going on. So me being somebody who didn't really have a lot of, information into the situation, and me, trusting these high-powered agents who represent these multi-million-dollar kind of celebrities, I trusted that they would kind of get to the bottom of this and kind of resolve these concerns quickly. During this time period, I saw and deleted a lot of unsubstantiated claims about the show and the mod team. There were accusations that I knew to be untrue, such that, the mod team had accepted bribes or, had some sort of financial involvement with the show. And
okay, but people speculating about it on Reddit is like, I don't know if that's something that's grounds for deleting and is going to only lend to that theory when you're deleting those claims.
And I knew that they were not true because I was the one who had this idea the entire time, from start to finish. This happened a couple days. And what I can tell you, for those who, may not believe that for most moderators, I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, random internet scams. Okay. I was doing this because I legitimately, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it. I thought it'd be kind of cool events for this up. I'm talking about this and kind of the deleted comments because this is apparently some big no-no in the Reddit TOS or something, or maybe it's like an unspoken rule where if you're involved in some sort of promotion and it ends up not working out or it ends up being a scam or something, if you have deleted comments that have accused it of being a scam, well that, shows a cover up or some way. It shows malice or bad faith or something. So that's why I'm kind of talking about this, is because this was specifically a reason that was brought up regarding why I was kicked out as a mod on a live stream fail. And finally, I want to end this part of the story by talking about how Moist Critical made a video critical of the situation. And then about 30 minutes after this kind of video got released, I got reached out by the organizers of the events and told that 5 live streamers in the event had dropped out and that therefore the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that Moist Critical had that was critical of the event, Moist Critical brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland, or that basically just the whole thing, it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached.
Wait, I'm sorry. Who did he say did that?
This motion and the whole thing. The domain name was on the that was critical of the event. For the event was canceled and I should take down the post. In this video that Moist Critical had that was critical of the event, Moist Critical brought up points about how an image on the marketing page was AI generated, or that the domain name was registered in Iceland, or that basically just the whole thing, it smelled bad. That's what he did. He did this motion and he said it smelled bad. But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. Now I want to stop people here because this is...
I mean, he's just going off of the information that's available, just trying to get an explanation from the people that might be committing fraud. It seems like a bad way to handle it. How dare Charles White not reach out to me, head moderator of the prestigious LSF subreddit? How dare that stooge?
Very important, and I think this is something that not a lot of people might have noticed. And that important point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation. The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded.
Well, I mean, it does sound like it wasn't a scam, but it sounds like it was building up to be a scam. and then people dropped out of it. So, I mean, you're not really like necessarily stopping anyone from believing that. You're kind of only making us think that you're upset because you got fired for it. Fired in loose terms. You
None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words. And yes, in retrospect, there are certainly some things which we could call yellow flags or even red flags. But that being said, I don't want people to go into this thinking that there was some proven malfeasance or something when it...
Isn't it malfeasance? Yes, it is malfeasance. Is malfeasance a word?
There really is a possibility that a lot of this could have just been kind of bad organization and things just fell through. Just because something's a bad idea, just because something is misorganized, that doesn't mean that anything illegal happened. You know, I still haven't gotten confirmation about kind of the Amazon Prime kind of a thing. I think that is the biggest unknown right now is I don't know about this supposed Amazon Prime deal, if it exists or not, because maybe they...
Everyone got refunded? No. That hasn't been proven, and even in the... I saw a short clip from a stream that I was not able to find that he did, and in that stream, he reads off a text that he got from somebody where they said that they were starting to give out refunds, but not that any had actually been given out. Like, I mean, they said they were starting to. That doesn't imply... I guess it implies that maybe a few have gone out, but it definitely doesn't mean that all of them had been refunded.
They were in negotiation with them. Maybe a contract was in the works, but hasn't been signed yet. I'm not really sure yet. We'll have to see. And then kind of I'll end the story by talking about why I got removed as the top moderator. It's really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged scam, as well as kind of for deleting comments that were kind of critical of it. I also...
I'm sorry, Internet Tough Guy. I love 009 sound system Dreamscape as well, but I played it once and it actually does give you a copyright strike, strangely enough. I guess it's not that strange.
I want to make a comment about kind of the Reddit code of conduct team as a whole. Reddit has all this flowery language about how...
Not a copyright strike, copyright claim, sorry. Sorry, they're not going to strike me.
How kind of the code of conduct team is not here to punish you. It's kind of here to get you to act in good faith. It's here to kind of give you second chances and warnings and all of this stuff. And apparently all of that are lies.
I hope Harley becomes a part of the H3 crew. That would be insane. But how is he going to do it? He needs to do his podcast though. What's it called? Hungry Guys? What's it called? Burger Bros? What's it called? Double Dusted, that's it. I just know they talk about food a lot. Caught being broke at hibachi. How not to make a pizza. Now this is podcasting. Y'all seen Double Dusted? He needs to do more epic meal times. That's what I'm waiting for.
Lies, because I was not given any second chances. I was not given very much kind of descriptive examples of kind of what I did wrong or kind of given any ability to kind of defend myself. I was just given a very vague description of, yeah, there's accusations about some fraudulent scam that takes people's money and their PII, which means their name, right? Because you have to sign up with your name to join a contest. And so I have infringed on the code of conduct by promoting a game show where you have to put in your name or something, even though it hasn't really been proved to be fraudulent yet. And so it's a little disappointing. Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But
it hasn't been proven in either direction. It seems. It also, by the way you're like talking about it, it seems like it can't be proven as a scam because it never it never happened. It was an idea. They started collecting some money, had some people giving in their personally identifiable information, giving out their personal information out and being like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get out of this. I don't want to make Reddit posts as part of a competition.
Despite all of that, there is still massive kind of like problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this. But right before I go into the specific reasons of how this happened, I want to talk about why this matters in the first place. And this matters because Reddit moderators have power. They have influence. If you are one of the people who is joking about like internet janitor duties or whatever, I'm sorry to tell you, it's funny jokes, but you are wrong. Reddit moderation does matter. Reddit moderators have control over millions of impressions per day, and nobody seems to notice or care. Let's just talk about LSF. Think of all the streamer careers that have been created because of LSF. Think about the even larger number of streamer careers that have been destroyed because of LSF, because some clip went viral about like something bad that they did. I have had major live streamers who are effectively celebrities come to me and...
I would have to disagree. I mean, I guess I'd say it's the cross-posting of things that might be posted on LSF, because I'm thinking, like, I know Kai Cenat, and I feel like, I've said this before, maybe this is untrue, but I feel like Kai Cenat, he started gaining a lot of traction after a mouse ran through his room. It was like a mouse ran through his room, and then everybody was like making jokes about it, and like it was like a big thing for a minute. And then after that, everyone was like, oh, I kind of like his content, and then he kind of blew up from there. Maybe that started on LSF, but then I feel like it would be the cross-platform posting to like Instagram and TikTok and like all these other places that would definitely do like the heavy lifting and bringing like the everyman to streaming. I don't know.
And beg to kind of remove, negative posts about them. An even crazier story is the time when some Twitch employees found me in person and borderline begged me to make sure LSF is not used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch, partially because at the time, LSF was indeed being used to destroy the multi-billion-dollar company Twitch. Deservedly so, by the way.
What does that even mean? It was being used to destroy Twitch. You know what they were doing? they were putting more and more traffic onto their website. They're totally going to put them out of business. You're so right.
Or even just take this literal circumstance. Imagine the whole kind of operation was legit. Well, guess what? One single post on LSF caused all of the streamers to drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Mythic.
Ooh, creepy smile, bro. I didn't like that. Don't do that again. But I rewound it so we can see it. I rewound it.
To drop out and destroyed a $20 million opportunity. Sorry, Mythic. My bad. Or...
Sorry, Mythic. Sorry. Calm down, buddy.
Imagine it was, a scam through and through. Well, guess what? We were the ones to expose it and destroy it before it had the chance to cause any real harm. I mean, everybody got refunded after all. Guess things ended up okay. Right or wrong, you can think I'm a good moderator or a bad moderator. You can think that LSF helps streamers or is the bane of their existence in the entire industry. But please don't for a single second pretend like it doesn't matter. And that's just one subreddit. Now back to me. I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community managers. I begged them for help and kind of partnership opportunities at every chance that I could. And I was blown off every single time.
You can't beg, bro. You gotta be more nonchalant. That's how you get the gig. Man, I don't even fucking want that job. Man, I don't even want that raise. And then your boss is like, what about double? What about double? Man, shit. I'm good. Triple it. We'll make it 10 times your current salary. I guess. So that's how you talk to your boss. If you want a raise, follow these steps.
I got nothing out of it. The community managers never helped me. As
honestly, both ends are probably bad though. Don't go begging for a job. You can put yourself out there for sure, but they see the ways you mod.
Off every single time. I got nothing out of it. The community managers never helped me. As nice as the guy was, I think he had basically no power to help me. I was one of the only moderators out there who tried to grow my community, who had any ambition, who tried to work with the company or help other subreddits or help the company that whole, and it didn't matter. I failed, and it failed because of how mismanaged and how little support Reddit, the company, gives to moderators. So let's circle back. Let's go back to the moderation situation. This is a very key important point, so please pay attention. None of this would have happened if I had gotten support from Reddit. Do you think that I want to be the guy going out, messaging random people in Discords?
I mean, you are Reddit at that point, my friend. I don't know what to tell you. You are running a specific subreddit. What are you, what? There are, I mean, how many subreddits are there? How many subreddits are there? Well over 100,000 active subreddits. What are the largest subreddits? So there's r/funny, r/askreddit, r/gaming, r/world news, r/today I learned, r/music, r/awe, r/movies, r/memes, r/shower thoughts, r/science, r/pics, r/jokes, r/news, r/space. I don't think Reddit's necessarily going to go under because of live stream fails. I don't know what you mean. And I think they have bigger fish to fry than worrying about what a singular mod is asking from them. Like how big is live stream fails? Doo-doo-doo-doo. 3.6 million weekly visitors. Has he ever considered that maybe Reddit doesn't want him running around making brand deals essentially on Reddit's behalf? Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest issue, even if it's not in their terms of service or anything. It is just, I feel like it's pretty obvious the reasons that he got laid off from his illustrious position.
And LinkedIn's and trying to figure out these.
Well, hello, fake Matt. Welcome in.
Partnerships? I don't. This is not my job. I am not qualified to do any of this. I am not a lawyer. I do not, I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do. I just want to, grow my subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to deal with it. At the end of the day, I'm a random nobody.
He got too heated. Wait. Why'd he cut it there?
Lawyer, I do not, I cannot read contracts to know what I should do or I should not do. I just want to, grow my subreddit, have a big vision, and I don't want to deal with it. At the end of the day, I'm a random nobody who got lucky. I took over one of your largest gaming subreddits on the platform because I won a stupid game of, Reddit mod politics. But apparently, I'm the only person out there who understands the potential that Reddit has. If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with major companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements, none of these very real mistakes.
Again, there's 100,000, there's 100,000, there's over 100,000 active subreddits, some of which that are much bigger than live stream fails, and you expect them to have lawyers on retainer for their mods, for their mod team. Their mod team that is basically just an unpaid intern.
Mistakes that I made would have happened. And before you say it, I'm sure there's some employee at Reddit, the company, that says oh yeah, we do that. That's my job. It's over here. Well, clearly you're not even doing 1% of what you should be doing. Because nobody uses these resources, nobody cares, you are not doing enough. Multiply it by 100, and then let's talk. Reddit needs to be professionalized, and it starts with the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez. Here's why. The controversial solution is just get rid of the bad mods with better mods or paid mods or do takeovers or more rules or something like that. But there are better solutions. You can train them. You can give mods infrastructure or pipelines or resources or real material support and treat them as if they have the actual power and influence that they actually have. And so communities can rise to the heights that they truly could. And the Reddit moderator partner program is not it. Reddit moderators do not need one call with like one guy a month, as nice as he is, love you, Pablo, who has no power and no ability to affect anything. Reddit moderators don't need Christmas celebrations or special.
You know he was talking Pablo's ear off. Pablo, oh my God, Pablo, I feel so bad for him. My guy was totally on the line, just like, just beating his head against the phone.
Special badges or community or events or team building exercises. No, even the Reddit event budget is barely useful. No, they need real material support. That means access to anything that like a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So an access to a bounty board or ad deals or lawyers or event organizers or professionals or anything that actually matters. To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not...
You know, I've been seeing clips from this. I didn't see him say that. No. What?
Summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers.
Influencers, no, but like at least that would make more sense. But celebrities? Come on, dude. What is wrong with you?
Not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets. So why haven't you solved this problem already, Spez?
I'm just imagining a group. Imagine this. They start making all of their Reddit mods influencers. You just see a group, like hundreds of these guys coming out of the woodworks. Hey, it's me. Yeah, I'm the guy that banned everybody from this community. What's wrong with it? What's wrong?
Is it because you're out of touch and you aren't aware of the problem? Is it because Reddit is a bloated mess and they can't ship products? No, I think the real issue is that Reddit is held hostage by the negativity and toxicity of its user base, and it doesn't really have the freedom to make bold and important and transformative decisions that could save the company. If you agree with anything that I said, Spez, well, you're in luck. I live in San Francisco, and I would be happy to talk to you in person or any Reddit product manager or...
Yo, Spez, do not go meet him in person. Look in his eyes. Look in his eyes right now. Do not go fucking meet him in person. Don't do it. Do not risk it.
I live in San Francisco, and I would be happy to talk to you in person.
Like, just look at him. This cold stare. As he's staring into the camera, too. Like, he's staring directly into the camera lens as he's having this conversation.
Or any Reddit product manager or employee at all, you know, or on a call or something. That's my pitch to you, Spez. The rest is to the community. To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve. For anyone who this message has resonated with and wants to solve this problem, well, I have created a subreddit called r/SubAlliance. SubAlliance will be a nonprofit, volunteer, community-based initiative to solve all of the problems that I have laid out. We will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collaboration with other relevant subreddits. That kind of stuff. Go to r/SubAlliance and we will make it happen. The link will be in the description below. Reddit used to be a place where we did stuff.
The first to post when I go to the subreddit, hey tarot card or stale 2000 or whatever, you're a clown and people like you are the reason Reddit became a pile of garbage, a pile of hot garbage. I'm sure that subreddit is doing great after this video, definitely. Hey man, there's a bunch of followers now, 1.6 thousand weekly contributors. It's just everything about this is just so terrible. I'm sorry, Stale. I'm sorry, Tarot Card. but this is not going the way that I think you thought it was. We're gonna move on now to Charlie's video. We might watch that one at even like a faster rate of speed because it's long. It's him breaking down his perspective because he calls Charlie out by name. He calls Penguin Zero, Charlie, Moist Critical. Doesn't he have one more? Whatever. He has just as many names as Stale 2000 or Brian or Tarot Card. They're one and the same. He wrote this script. Well, I don't know if he wrote it, actually. I really do think he might have just been going off the cuff. Unless he has like a teleprompter, because he was looking directly into the camera the entire time. Like, I don't think you can find a frame in this video where he looks away from the camera.
What?
Does he blink at all? That's a good question.
Buddy, who got lucky. I took over.
Okay, he does. Okay, good.
Charlemagne! I'm gonna drop an Adam Sandler.
Sorry, we jumped right in the middle there. Chalamet! I don't know why he did that.
A Reddit moderator just made a video.
Let me speed this one up too. Charlie also speaks slowly. That's at 1.25 speed.
Directly speaking to and tugging.
Yo, bro, come on. This video could have been 15 minutes.
A Reddit moderator just made
a 20-minute. He's like a sloth.
Made a video directly speaking to and tugging on the heartstrings of the CEO of Reddit. He's making a big call to action after he had been stripped of his position as top mod on r/livestreamfail. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit, but this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh. The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for, Livestream Fail. I made 2 videos covering this. It was the $1 Million Fan Show, which was paraded around as a $20 million reality television show for streamers fans to sign up and even paid entry into it to compete for, $20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney. As it appears, everything has been wiped off.
I mean, streaming is becoming much more popular, and obviously there seems to be like a big market and like money to be made that people are making. But I'd still say that it's relatively niche in the grand scheme of things and like the cultural zeitgeist. And so I don't think people that, even some people that watch streaming necessarily think about it as streaming. Like there's a lot of podcasts and like, news YouTubers and stuff that talk about politics and things like that. And I don't know if they necessarily consider it, like if they think about it in that context. So it is interesting that they like $20 million for some niche show on Amazon Prime. It just, none of it makes any sense. Like quite literally makes no sense.
Off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the shitter, and agencies that brought this to streamers were left embarrassed. Most notably, Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was.
I know he hates going out in public, so it just cracks me up to think of Charlie holed up in a house somewhere near me in Tampa making these videos. Who knows? Maybe he's your next door neighbor. The next time you're at a friend's house, he's just right next door and you'll never know. He never comes outside, so you'll never see him.
It's not an Amazon production, and it took 2 seconds of going to the website to deduce that this was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this, but Livestream Fail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood, where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestream Fail, and the top mod of Livestream Fail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it, and now this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I've created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the—
Oh my god.
I'm just going to skip through all of the parts where he's speaking since we just watched it. I really just want to see Charlie's responses.
It's about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is
this
and the state of your platform.
Oh my god. This is Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit. I'm actually at a loss for words. This couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is how he believes Reddit mods don't have enough, elbow grease from the Reddit upper echelon like Spez here, the CEO. He believes they should be entitled to like brand deals, talent managers, lawyers, and stuff, so that way they can better be utilized as Reddit moderators. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. Like, these are points he was making in this video, and that's what he's talking about with deadly seriousness here. He talks about Reddit moderators like they're fucking G.I. Joe commandos. Man, please come back to reality. Like, I don't want anyone to harass this guy, so I'm not going to be like showing you his channel or anything like that, because honestly, I kind of feel bad for him that he's put so much weight on his personal life into this position, which is just a thankless job. And it's not really a job, at least it should never be considered a job, because all he is doing is moderating a fucking subreddit as a volunteer janitor. I really thought this was...
I saw Lus. I didn't finish his video, but I saw he was speculating that maybe this guy like came into some kind of money and then is basically living off of that while working quote unquote as a moderator, which I think is a possibility, but I don't know if that's the case.
This was a skit, and I'm still...
You come here and I'll do your tarot. It only feels right IRL. For me anyways. It is, I mean, I feel like maybe it's possible. Depends on what you're doing the reading for, right? Think about it deeper. Think about it a little bit deeper. I always felt like tarot was something that needs to be done in person. Like, the cards need a physical connection. I don't know. I'm not that into it or educated on it at all. Well, see, I don't know. It's when it's all like metaphysical, then like, if the point is on like if the point is that there is some kind of like metaphysical properties at play, then I would assume that there's probably more going on than just the necessity to be in person. What if I need a tarot reading in prison? Maybe this guy just needed a good tarot reading. That was his problem all along. He just got put in the wrong direction. They were telling him the wrong... They didn't realize that one of the cards was in reverse. Fuck.
Still, a small part of me, on the copium here, is hoping that this is, like, satirical and not real, but I don't know, it feels genuine.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company.
That's not really a good look to say the sole reason you pursued this path of heroism as a Reddit moderator is because you believed that it held so much power. So you're basically just saying that you were power hungry and wanted to take this spot so that way you could feel powerful. He believes that Reddit communities and specifically Reddit moderators hold a strong level of sway and power, and that's why he became one himself. That I don't think is a good look, man. It's not even coming from like a place of passion or something for communities. He is literally saying he did it because he wanted to be strong. Come on. I understand that Reddit communities, like Reddit as a whole, is a platform that does hold like legitimate influence over like conversations and topics and stuff like that. So by extension, moderators have a lot of ability to control narratives by hiding things or boosting things, and that is something that I've talked about in the past and a lot of people have made mentions of many times. It's been a pretty big yapping point for a while. This is the quintessential Reddit mod mentality. The stereotype that exists of power tripping Reddit mods. He is in the first minute of this video confirming that is exactly what drives him, is power. Like this small modicum of power that he was bestowed for the livestream fail subreddit. And it's the level of self-importance.
What's the problem, Charlie? We all like a little power, right?
Is sickening.
In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderate.
See, Charlie, it's basically the two sides of the coin. It's like the two sides of the Redditor. One that lives in the basement and one that lives upstairs. Wait here, let me skip through this again.
Is given to moderators.
So here's the spoiler alert. He is going to be playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin about how he has been removed now as top mod of Livestream Fail because he was promoting a scam through that subreddit, which did ultimately result in people losing money. There were actual victims of the scam, so he has been removed of his position at the top of the food chain on Livestream Fail, and he is now putting a decent chunk of that blame on Reddit itself for not giving him the tools to avoid this from happening. Like he, at a certain point, there's like a brief moment of self-awareness, like this lightning bolt of self-awareness, where he's like, yeah, it was a little fishy. But then he like immediately pushes it onto Reddit, like, but if Reddit had given me access to brand deals and lawyers, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a Reddit mod. Why would Reddit be giving you access to lawyers?
Yeah, because that was like basically, I guess I kind of didn't. It's just such a weird video because that is kind of what he's saying. He's not just saying that they should have been helping me. It's that you shouldn't necessarily care about the things that I've done or like the things that went wrong because Reddit didn't help me. I shouldn't have had, that's what he said, like I shouldn't have had to go out and fish for my own deals and try to do that. And it's just like, well, bro, you should probably figure out a different like way to make this work, because like you had a channel, you've been making content on a channel for quite a while, but it's like you got to make it work for you.
And brand deals and shit. That doesn't make sense.
First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole.
It was your mistake, buddy. Fucking Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million Fan Show, which turned out to be a scam. He wasn't like the Sith Lord projecting into you, trying to convince you to go to the dark side to, sell out Livestream Fail to get more people hooked on $1 Million Fan Show. It was not the CEO of Reddit that forced you to do that, and even if you did have access to lawyers and other brand deals, it wouldn't have prevented something like this from happening. You made the choice.
Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live stream related game show called $1 Million Fan. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for Livestream Fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live stream.
Reddit, I've FF.
Reality content about kind of live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that description of LSF.
Sorry, I was looking at this on the side too. I just want to say probably the saddest part of this whole thing is that even in this, in his 5-year on his 5-year channel, his 5-year-old channel, but he's been making content on not super consistently, but he's been putting out videos. He's still, even with this 100,000 viewed video, with a Charlie reaction to it, he's still only amassed 761 subscribers. I think he's gotten like 100 in the last day. He was at 600 something. What a guy.
Do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit? That's not what it is. That's not what you just described at all. That is the most blatant misrepresentation of that subreddit I've ever heard anyone try to squeak out. If this was Pinocchio, his nose would have just went fucking Wumbo Insano style with that lie right there.
Yeah, that's a good point. If anything, the regular users are more entitled to representation than the mods. I supply the content. If I got like 1 million karma, I should get the brand deals, not the mods. No, yeah, I'd like to see what what's his karma at. I'd like to know. Here, let me take a look.
Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years will tell you it is not a subreddit for crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, stream fails or anything like that. I don't know why he's even trying that angle. Everyone knows that's not what that subreddit is.
So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get the...
Wait, is this him? This is totally him. See, I knew this guy was a fucking huge Destiny fan. I guess that wasn't in question, but literally the first one 22 hours ago on oh my god, and you just see, surprisingly enough, he isn't on as consistent as some of the snarkers that I've seen, but maybe he's got a few sock puppets. Only 74,000 karma too. That's nothing. 15-year-old Reddit. And half of it's comment karma, yeah. 848 contributions. Yeah, Austin showing his channel banner is still crazy. Oh, that's Charlie. Wrong one. That was a crying Megamind, I think. Something else. I feel like there probably is a better way to get this image on here. No, yeah, this guy definitely just seems like a big Destiny fan, which explains a bit.
Their content on the subreddit. Either some superfans or some editors could clip some cool hype moment from the show and then post it to the subreddit.
What? That's what happens already organically on every other stream. Why would this, a potential $20 million reality TV show, be any different? Obviously, things would already be being clipped and posted on the LSF subreddit. Why would you be reaching out about a collaboration to ensure that happens when you know for a fact it already would if this fucking show ever actually existed in the first place? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Trying to be extremely charitable here, maybe he was under the impression that this would be exclusive to Amazon Prime, thus they wouldn't have the rights to post it on LSF. But on the flip side of that coin, He said he heard about this from streamers, thus he would have known that it was going to be streamed on Twitch in the first place, thus it would still be clippable for LSF. That's just business as usual. I don't know why he would reach out about a collaboration to do what was already no doubt going to be done already. It just, that doesn't pass the smell test. I don't understand.
But I also had a stretch goal, and that was, what if LSF could be part of the show in some way? I don't know, there could be like a LSF-themed best clip contest, like contestants compete in one of the...
Well, that's the thing, right? Is he didn't just want it to be like promoted on LSF. He wanted to be a part of it. And that's kind of like the main thing, is that he wanted to be involved in this creation and probably saw it as like a way, as like an in. Like he was saying, to get other jobs, to get other deals and stuff. He saw this as like, oh, this is my big break.
The kind of small challenges, they make the best clip, and then somebody kind of wins a prize at the end. It was a stretch goal, though.
Why, though? LSF best clip is just the best clip from the event. Why does LSF's name need to be attached to it? This guy is treating Livestream Fail like it's his personal brand. Like this is his baby, this is his product. So all the clips that hit LSF are actually Top Mods clips as well. I just don't even get this stretch goal here. I think he just wanted LSF's name out there more because it gives him more power in some capacity, because this is totally useless. Again, whatever would win best clip would just be someone else's content. There doesn't necessitate a Livestream Fail shout out there for some reason. Like even if they were the ones that were like hosting votes on what the best clip is, who gives a fuck? That could have been anything and anyone where people like the actual communities would vote on it, not just his subreddit. Anyway, though, he goes on to explain that they accepted this proposal. He was super hype about it because it meant this was a big moment for the subreddit, and he even made a mention that he believed he could turn this into even more opportunities for the subreddit going further, snowballing it into even more LSF prominence.
So we quickly worked to make an announcement together, and I posted it the next day. When I posted it, everybody in the comment section immediately yelled, scam, 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 scam. I mean, think about it. Amazon Prime has spent lots of money on tons of shows, and, you know, I didn't necessarily think that the show was worth $20 million, but, you know, that doesn't mean that Amazon Prime wouldn't fund it. And, you know, if LSF was involved, maybe it would actually succeed. You know, maybe my involvement alone could make the $20 million kind of investment worth it. Who knows? At least that's what I thought.
It sounds like you weren't thinking at all, though. Why would Amazon be spending $20 million on like 8 streamers and their fans on Twitch, and only a $5 million grand prize for Mr. fucking Beast? What sense does that make, man? That isn't really checking out either. Also, he's making kind of like a joke about, you know, maybe my involvement alone would make it worth the investment. But that's how he actually feels, by the way. Like, that's his tone throughout this whole video. He truly believes.
Guys, I wanted to see. I was taking a look at his Reddit again. He has been active. He was active. Goes deeper than we thought. Is he a snarker? If I scroll through and I find H3 snark on here, that's when I go crazy. Maybe he's just a fan. There is Hassan down here too, though. Hassan down here. Destiny at the top. Something's fishy. He's part of the family, guys. Why are we being so rude?
That he is like God's gift to streaming because he was the top mod of Livestream Fail. It is a very like scary mentality to have, and I do genuinely feel bad for him that he has like poisoned his own brain to this level, deluded himself into thinking that him being a top mod on a subreddit was like something of significance and like something of like brand importance.
I'm a highly paid software engineer working in San Francisco. I do not need to take a couple $1,000 bribes from, you know, random internet scams, okay? I was doing this because I legitimately, you know, care about the subreddit, and that's why I spend my time on it.
So he debunks rumors that he was paid to promote $1 Million Show from the organizers, saying that he doesn't need to be taking bribes, he's financially well off. He then goes on to say that he was addressing like some of the deleted comments because that was a specific mention in why Reddit canned him, because it potentially showed malice because he was involved in this promotion that ended up being a scam, and so he wanted to address like the deleted comments. He then has a section dedicated to me where I talked about the scam, and then the organizers were talking to him like, well, since Charlie talked about the scam, 5 streamers dropped out, so we're, you know, no longer doing this anymore. Pack your bags, take down the post. And then he says I didn't do enough research on it because I didn't reach out to him or the organizers.
But beyond that, it doesn't seem like he did much research. I don't think that he reached out to any of the organizers. He certainly didn't reach out to me. And I mean, I don't know if he reached out to Mythic Talent or any of the streamers. And that important point.
Okay, unless he has a sock puppet, I don't think he's been on H3 Snark. You get a pass this time. Surprisingly enough, I don't see any Snark subreddits on here. He seems to be clean. But he's got Ludwig, he's got Mizkif, Asmongold, probably just a lot of the big streamers that he's just tried to keep up with too as a moderator for Livestream Fails. So that isn't necessarily indicative of anything, I suppose.
Point is that nothing in this situation has yet to be definitively proven as a scam. I repeat, there is no definitive, at least public information yet, that anything fraudulent, malicious, or illegal has happened in the situation.
Brother, your level of research was cold calling the organization dick in hand, begging to be associated with them, and then that was the extent of it, because apparently you heard one of the streamers promote it. And yet he's going to be causing a hubbub because I didn't reach out to him for his perspective. Brother, I didn't even really talk about you in my video, just that you were associated with this shit, roped into the same scam that they were. And for what it's worth, if you watch the video, you would know I did get in contact with 2 agencies, one of which got the exact same contract.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I didn't see his original videos. Come on, guys. You got to do your due diligence. You got to research some stuff
that Mythic did, and got information on that, as well as getting one of the actual offers that Mythic was taking to the streamers. So I was very well familiarized with everything that was unfolding behind the scenes. And again, it doesn't take a super sleuth to go to their website and see that it's just fucking barnacles, man. One of their partners didn't even exist. There was no website and no business. Their about section was AI-generated mumbo-jumbo. Every single paragraph ended in triplets and also had the telltale sign of, it's not this, it's this, over and over and over again. Their first image on their site was literally an AI-generated mansion, and he mentions that in this video, but then goes on to say shamelessly that there's no definitive proof that this was ever a scam in the first place. That's a wild...
Okay, he didn't disclose that. So it was an AI-generated mansion? Like that's where they were going to be filming or something?
It's this, over and over and over again. Their first image on their site was literally an AI-generated mansion, and he mentions that in this video, but then goes on to say shamelessly that there's no definitive proof that this was ever a scam in the first place. That's a wild statement.
That was kind of what I was saying, though. Is like it sounds like that it never got to be a scam, that they were planning a scam, and maybe they did scam people, because it does sound like they got information and some money to start, but it doesn't sound like it went very far, at least, which is good. I don't know, this is such a weird situation. And it is interesting that I completely forgot the name of the agency that he said, but the agency has like Asmongold and a few other people. Let me pull, I just had the website open, one sec. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Mythic Talent. Mythic Talent has Asmongold. I guess that's the big one I know. Diddy Sauce. Interesting. Dumb Dog. These are some large creators, I have to say. Why isn't Asmongold like your #1 up here? I guess. Weird. And, I mean, it makes sense that they would, I mean, it seems like they have a lot of smaller streamers, so the fact that he's trying to use this agency as like a, I don't know anything about them. I guess I shouldn't speak so loosely about it, because I don't know if, oh, it has Queso too, here we go. Like, Queso and Asmongold should be at the top. Maybe those are just the only two that I know. But I'm a little confused. Diddy Sauce. Oh, it's the Gabriels. I heard about them too. They were part of the scam. Oh, and there's Extra Emily. At the like almost at the bottom. This is Dr. K, right? Healthy Gamer GG. Yeah, Dr. K is Dr. K. Okay. I didn't know that was his streaming name. He's Healthy Gamer GG. Okay. Sorry, this is just interesting me now that it goes down for so long and they seem to have categorized it. I guess it's alphabetical? Is that what it is? Yeah, it's alphabetical. Still, an alphabetical list when there's this many people. Rank them. Make them feel bad. Make them all feel bad about themselves and like they have to try harder and get better. Why? There's so many streamers. There's so many creators. I guess they're not all streamers, but still. Talk about oversaturation. Should we do one more fun poll? It's no surprise that everybody picked the animal one. Speak to one animal of each species. turn snacks into better snacks. Perfect time perception or teleport and then teleport objects is in that order. Interesting indeed. Nobody wants to teleport objects to random locations. I guess you don't want to litter into space. Here, let's keep this going though.
Why don't you ask the people who spent money on this how they feel? Do they feel like they got their money's worth? Did they get the product they paid for? I imagine not, because this event is not even potentially in the cards and doesn't seem like it ever.
Well, again, he claimed they got refunded, so that would be the argument. That would be like a good argument. I don't know how true that is though, because I saw other people saying that the website was stating that no refunds would be like given out. So
ever was to begin with, man. Their socials are removed. The website is down. Amazon hasn't made a peep about it. From what I've heard, the agencies are pissed about this. All signs point to this being a scam. Like, any sane, sensible person would look at all of this evidence and reach the same conclusion that this was horseradish. I don't know why he's trying to present something otherwise now.
The only confirmed things that we have right now is that I guess there was a website, looked a little weird, there was some bad publicity, everybody called it a scam, and then a bunch of streamers dropped out, and then the event got canceled, and everybody got refunded. None of this is illegal. None of this is proved to be a scam, at least yet. Maybe I'll eat these words.
Brother, you're eating your own cock right now. What are you talking about? And then everyone clapped. Like, this is just fanfic. Where are you getting this information? There was an explicit no refund policy on their website baked into it. It was very boldly stated there are no refunds once you make these purchases. Who got a refund? I haven't seen anyone, posting receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question. Maybe he's seeing things that I'm not seeing somewhere. Because I even looked into it after he made this video, wondering like, whoa, they refunded? That's pretty surprising. I can't find any proof of that. I would love to see where he found that.
It's really not a secret or very surprising. I got removed directly for the post that I pinned to the top of the subreddit related to the game show or supposed and alleged.
I mean, you can't act like that isn't a justifiable reason to get banned either. We're deleting other people's posts, calling out like the organization that you were working with. And then you also pinned your own post trying to, what seems like, make money.
Who pinned what seems to be, from all possible evidence, a scam. I don't know why he is trying so desperately to persuade to the contrary. Maybe it's because he believes that if he can try and prove that he really believes that it's not fraudulent, he can get his position back as top mod of LSF. I don't know. Or maybe getting really conspiratorial. Maybe he worked with the organizers in a deeper capacity than he's letting on.
What if your dog says they don't love you back? If your dog doesn't say they love you back, you ask them, but why? But why? That's what you have to ask them.
That's just a possible game theory. It's just extremely peculiar how hard he is fighting to try and convince himself and others that maybe this wasn't a scam, when all available evidence points towards this being fraudulent. And if this video is him trying to make a case for himself why he should be reinstated and get that power coursing through his veins again as a moderator on Reddit, then this is a terrible job. Because what he is doing now is showing that he is willing to even defend what seems to be, by all possible accounts, a scam that he was directly associated with, maybe unknowingly, and now he is doubling down on it. That is a terrible look, and that makes you look like an unhinged moderator who, even when proven to be incorrect, will not see that, will not take the accountability there. And now he's getting mad at the Code of Conduct team for enforcing their rules. He deleted comments that were critical of his decision to promote this sketchy game show, and promoted a sketchy game show that resulted in people spending money on something that doesn't exist. So I feel like it's a pretty justified termination of his moderator status.
Now, here's the most important part of the video, Spez. This is a direct message to you and only you. I want to talk about how this whole situation is a direct result of the lack of support that Reddit, the company, gives to its moderators. Yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into this as much as I should, and I trusted kind of agencies and live streamers when I should not have. And I did delete comments, which I thought would have been borderline defamatory if the situation wasn't, I guess, a scam, even though it technically hasn't been proven to be a scam yet. But despite all of that, there is still massive problems at Reddit, the company, due to the lack of support that caused this.
Now, this message may have been only for Spez, but I've intercepted the broadcast here. Now, I've put my ear into it, and I'm taking a listen, and what I'm hearing is fucking wild. He almost gets into a level of accountability where he's like, yeah, I did the partnership. Yeah, I didn't look into it. I didn't do any research on it. And then he immediately falls back into, but it hasn't really been fully proven to be a scam. And also, it's actually, in a large part, Reddit's fault that this happened in the first place because I was...
Honestly, I don't see Charlie's video even being that, he's not even being that rude, to be completely honest. He's calling you out, yes, but I'm wondering more what his response is going to be. Because Charlie isn't even necessarily going in on him too hard, just pushing back.
an argument that you have actually been a hindrance in some cases in the past with certain things that weren't allowed to blossom there. Like, this is, I don't even understand the point he's making. People know that big subreddits or big Twitter communities or whatever do have a lot of influence, but that happens with or without this guy as the top moderator of the subreddit. That is just the result of a ton of people all in a similar space, in a similar vertical, that are sharing things back and forth. Like, his point is one that everybody knows.
I was one of your most passionate users. I was in the Reddit partnership program from the start. I took advantage of every opportunity that I could. I had meetings with kind of the Reddit community.
Charlie talking at 2 times speed is most people talking at 1 time speed. Here, let's slow it down again. This is 1.5 speed, so let's see what he sounds like at 1 speed again.
I don't know why he's now trying to say that he's just so passionate.
Okay, he's picked up the pace a little bit. In the beginning, it was terrible.
And even in this section here, he's talking about how he was trying to utilize every possible advantage to like get like brand deals and stuff, man. That's self-enrichment through this position. This doesn't really seem like it's coming from a place of a guy who's trying to like better communities or improve subreddits or make things better for others. This feels like
I'll just say, I feel like me and Charlie basically said the same things here. Well, you know, great minds think alike.
Do it, buddy! Charlie, I'm gonna drop an Adam Sandler impression on you here. You are a moderator in a subreddit. Why are you chasing down brand partnerships and collaborations, buddy? The whole point of subreddits is just for a community to come together and talk about certain things, share certain things. And your job as a moderator, and I use job very loosey-goosey because it should never be misconstrued as a job. It's supposed to be filled.
I need to go back. I'm still confused by why he said that. Let me slow it down. Need this in all its glory.
About kind of these partnerships, I don't.
Then don't fucking do it, buddy! Charlie, I'm gonna drop an Adam Sandler impression on you here. You are a moderator in a subreddit. Why are you chasing down brand partnerships and collaborations, buddy? The whole point of subreddits is just for a community to come together and
for you to remain unbiased and like unwavered in this way, because like if you have any type of bias on any of these like type of issues, like it's only going to like feed into bad behavior. Like, it seems pretty obvious, right? It's like I'm speaking to a child. If you have bias, then you are going to be acting on that bias when giving authority. So you need to make sure that you remain impartial. Impartiality is key. It's just...
talk about certain things, share certain things. And your job as a moderator, and I use job very loosey-goosey because it should never be misconstrued as a job. It's supposed to be filled by very passionate fans of similar mind in the same space that would then just enforce like certain rules about like, you know, making sure someone doesn't get like doxxed or something sensitive being shared like that. Like that is supposed to be all it is. Why to ever benefit the community, it only...
Oop, stream dropped out for a second. We're back though. Don't think it dropped out from probably everybody, but maybe for a few of you. F's if it did, L's if it didn't, because I paused anyways.
Feels like it would benefit the mods that are chasing it down. You like to use examples, so I'll use one for you. Let's say you chased down this partnership with $1 Million Fan Show, and it wasn't going super well, and the organizers and you, well, you like to exchange back and forth, and they're like, look, we really need a favor here. Can you only post some of the positive stuff from $1 Million Fan Show and get rid of like the pesky, you know, maybe clips that are negative about it? That would really help us. And let's say you object to that and they're like, okay, well then we're not going to work with you in an official capacity anymore if you don't do this. You see the conflict that this creates? It leads to, I can't believe I'm going to use this word when talking about fucking subreddits and mods, but it leads to very blatant corruption, where you are now in bed with some of these organizations or someone that could benefit from you gamifying your subreddit to cater it more towards them. Maybe it wasn't financial in this case, maybe you weren't paid for it, but extend this thought process to another type of subreddit where maybe there is someone paying for it. Like, let's say...
Well, I'm legitimately saying, like, even in just the case of deleting stuff and, like, what you delete and what you keep up should go... It should be purely based on, like, the terms of service and the guidelines of the specific subreddit, not because of your personal feelings about individual, and especially if you do have some conflict of interest, then you should be passing that off to another moderator to be like, hey, they're talking about this thing I'm a part of, but I feel like it's untrue. Let me know what you think. But you know what I mean? That's called being honest. But just deleting it yourself because you feel like it's defamatory. You feel like it could be defamatory if it got proven that it's not fraud, but that hasn't happened yet.
I'm a music artist and I want to be featured on like the r slash, you know, rock, hard rock subreddit, and I want to make sure my single gets out there. So I reach out to a mod and like, hey, look, I'll pay you some money if you can try and like boost this up a little bit. And this is something that I've read reports of happening in the past, and I think you would agree that that's a problem, right? Now imagine if those mods are also chasing down other artists like, hey, I see your Spotify streams are a little low. If you toss us a little money here, we can use our subreddit and the influence of it to try and boost it up a little bit higher. That's not a good thing.
If Reddit had offered me partnerships, if Reddit had pipelines to connect with kind of major...
He got so angry here. Chill out.
Companies, if Reddit had lawyers that were helping me, like, reading over these contracts, reading over these agreements...
If Reddit was waiting on me hand and foot, then I would be able to accomplish all of the things I need to do to bring Reddit back to its former glory. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to see Reddit succeed, no. All they want to do is boost r/funny, r/today I learned. What about r/livestream fails? r/destiny. What about r/? It's just like, come on, man. You're acting crazy.
None of these very real mistakes that I made would have happened. Reddit needs to be professionalized.
Yeah, he's a mod and thinks he's an employee. I mean, like I said, I think that if anything, they would be like the equivalent of an unpaid intern, but you still have to be hired for that position. So, like, even that's still kind of a stretch. like, you still need to be taken on for an unpaid intern position. That's why didn't Reddit lawyer me up? Come on. How come I haven't gotten to speak to Mr. Reddit yet?
And it starts with the mods. This is going to be controversial, but the people who are running your multi-billion-dollar website are unqualified nobodies like me. That
self-aware.
Doesn't mean it's my fault or their fault. It's your fault, Spez.
Damn, what a mic drop. Brother, there are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod. That is a position that the community...
There are qualifications to actually hold a position at a billion-dollar company. But I would say that they are pretty lackadaisical, to say the least, in a lot of the way that they handle stuff.
Community is supposed to, like, decide upon, like, hey, here's our rules, and here's who we would like to enforce them, and that's it. It should never be this deep. I just don't understand why he can't grasp, and maybe he can, and he's just pretending not to, the concept that if you have mods that are financially incentivized to work with brands in collaboration...
Yeah, it is very Tim Pool. You know what the problem is? It's not me, it's everybody else.
...with them to use the community for their collaborators' purpose, you now have a very disingenuous subreddit that is very easily...
Am I still in normal speed? Let's speed it up, Charlie.
...influenced based on who is paying for it. That should be a very clear conflict, a very obvious issue. It should be pretty obvious why Reddit wouldn't want to invest in a suite of resources like lawyers and brand ambassadors for Reddit mods to look over contracts and shit for Reddit mods securing deals to sell out their subreddit. That's not a good thing.
That means access to anything that, like, a talent manager would give an actual celebrity. So, and access to a bounty board.
It's just so funny because in this context, too, you would be the talent manager, not Reddit. Why are you the talent? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you are the one who's supposed to be vetting all of this content that is coming on to their platform. You are working for them in a way, but very loosely. And it's just like, it's so... Like, if anything, you're working for the live streamers or the viewers of the subreddit. Like, it's just a platform at the end of the day.
Or ad deals, or lawyers, or event organizers, or professionals, or anything that actually matters.
To you, personally, actually matters to just you. The guy who is benefiting from the ad deals and brand partnerships and shit. That does nothing for the community you are supposed to be moderating for, brother. What are you not understanding there? Like, he is only arguing to help himself under the guise of it being to grow his subreddit. It only grows you, man.
To summarize, Reddit moderators should be treated like celebrities or influencers, not because they deserve respect or anything, but because they actually have real power and influence. I mean, if not for the world, at least over your $50 billion company, maybe if you gave them actual support, it could go from 50 billion to 100 billion. I mean, it certainly deserves to be that high up for how much traffic Reddit gets.
Yes, a high-level financial growth strategy here. The way to double your company is by spending resources to connect your subreddit moderators with talent managers that will chase down brand deals for them. So that way they can feel like a celebrity and I guess cash in on their mod status. Yeah, I'm really seeing the line now. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together nicely. I get it.
To the community, Spez and Reddit, they're almost certainly not going to fix any of this. All of this is up to us to solve.
He then tries to address the community about like this problem. And
come on, guys. Coach is right. If we want to win this, it's on us.
I really don't even understand the problem he's trying to portray here, because all he keeps hammering home is that he is a top moderator, wasn't given enough resources like lawyers, and he wasn't treated like a celebrity enough, and he didn't have the ability to chase down brand deals, which led to him making a poor decision here with the $1 million fan show. How is that a problem that the community, like, would rally behind, man? You just shouldn't have done it in the first place. Reddit shouldn't be a platform where mods are selling out big communities for the sake of brand deals. I don't see a whole lot of community support coming for that kind of message. He keeps presenting it as a problem, but actually I think this video demonstrates exactly why Reddit made the right call removing him from his position. Like, I don't know how he's not seeing that.
To solve all of the problems that I have laid out, we will create tools and resources so good, so useful, that everybody will have to work with us. Think talent agency, but for subreddits. You have the big ideas, you have the vision, you have the crazy cool things that you want to do, and we handle the logistics. Materially, that means connections to major companies, partnerships, doing AMAs, running events, doing mod recruitment, cross-collaboration with other relevant subreddits, that kind of stuff.
He then pitches his new thing here, which a talent agency for subreddit mods, I guess. I don't want to get into it. I've been yapping about this for so long. It's just, this video blew my mind that he would actually post something like this. Again, I do actually feel bad for him because this is clearly a position that meant a lot to him, and I'm wishing him the best going forward now without his, sheriff badge of LSF. But I do not think a talent agency for mods is the right path. But, I'm not his dad. He can do what he wants. It's just, this was a mind-boggling adventure watching this one. Anyway, that's really about it. See ya.
Thank you for watching my video, Charlie.
Okay. We're about to watch this one, but before I put this one on, it's only 9 minutes, so this one should go by pretty quick. I'm going to keep it at 1.5 speed. I'm going to put up this poll. What should this Reddit mod do? Should he apologize for his odd behavior, fight for control of Reddit, create a Reddit competitor, or go apply at Staples? Let's see. I wonder what you guys are going to say. It's a good question.
Thank you for watching my video, Charlie. I enjoyed making it, almost as much as I enjoyed making this one. In this video, I will be clarifying some of my previous points, as well as responding to some very valid points that Moist Critical brought up.
It was your mistake, buddy! Fucking Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million fan show.
I'm sorry, I need to restart it. Fight, 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 fight. He should. He should. He should try and gain unilateral control of all subreddits. He will be top mod of every subreddit. You wait and see. Yeah, create a Reddit competitor. I kind of like that one too. That's a pretty good one. Go apply at Staples and apologize for odd behavior are just like the actual answers. Those are just the truth.
Thank you for watching my video, Charlie. I enjoyed making it, almost as much as I enjoyed making this one. In this video, I will be clarifying some of my previous points, as well as responding to some very valid points that Moist Critical brought up.
It was your mistake, buddy! Fucking Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million fan show, which—
I moved too quickly. I didn't verify enough stuff. I didn't take responsibility that I should have as the top moderator of a major subreddit. This was my fault. And because of that, I got in a way that was probably justified in retrospect, but that's from my perspective. What about from the company's perspective? A company should be responsible for every aspect of its business. A company should take actions to maximize its success.
Well, and you were fired, quote unquote. You were kicked off of the subreddit, right? They handled it appropriately. And like, the thing is this, right? Violence, assaults, battery happen in Walmart, let's say. Walmart has a certain level of responsibility to make sure that its customers are like safe, But just because a singular instance happens does not call out like the totality of Walmart security. What is this green screen? What do you mean? He's in his. I like the green screen and the green screened in microphone too. He's in his library. He's in his study.
And minimize its failures. And playing the blame game for
What is this green screen? What green screen? What do you mean? What are you talking about? This is where he lives. This is why he has this ethereal glow.
my perspective. What about from the company's perspective? A company should be responsible for every aspect of its business. A company should take actions to maximize its success and minimize its failures. And playing the blame game for that doesn't work. It doesn't matter that it's my fault because the company still suffers the negative consequences anyway. They suffer the reputational damage. They suffer some of the liability. They suffer the harm to its users. Most of the bad things that come about as a result of my mistake don't affect me. They affect Reddit. As such, a company ought to take actions to minimize such harm or mistakes because they're the ones with the $50 billion company on the line, not me. I get to walk out of this with a laugh and some viral attention, which I clearly brought on to myself. I mean, I wouldn't.
Wait, what?
Wait. Ought to take actions to minimize such harm or mistakes because
maybe I have to slow this one down. He's speaking fast enough.
They're the ones with a $50 billion company on the line, not me. I get to walk out of this with a laugh and some viral attention, which I clearly brought on to myself. I mean, I wouldn't have.
You seem to be having quite a bit of a laugh, my friend.
Made a public video otherwise, although I wasn't quite expecting things to get.
You literally put the video, you made the video public, and in the beginning of it said, I hope you see this, or if you didn't, I hope that somebody sent it to you. Like, you were hoping people would like mass send it to him on Twitter or something. Like, that was your hope. And it got a lot of views, but for a bad reason.
This big.
And even if you did have access to lawyers and other brand deals, it wouldn't have prevented something like this from happening.
It would have helped because if there was a whole pipeline and process, I would have gone through those processes.
But those processes are not like necessary in any way. You should not be attempting to leverage your mod status on Reddit to gain these types of deals. Like, it's just such a weird, like, and if you are going to do that, like if you are going to be like, this isn't just a subreddit, this is a community, we're doing greater, bigger things, then I would say that onus is wholly on you. Like, that is completely like, he's basically saying, yeah, I did fuck up, but why didn't Reddit stop me? Why couldn't they have done it for me instead? Huh?
Then the vetting would have been done by Reddit itself, not me.
Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years.
he does look like he's being targeted. That's... We just locked on. We locked on with a melee weapon.
Will tell you it is not a subreddit for crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, stream fails or anything like that.
Your description of LSF is correct. Lately, there's been a lot of political drama that has pushed out other content.
He should go get a job at Staples, but he would be the most insufferable coworker of all time. He would... He would fucking... he would run a tight ship. He'd gain manager status so quickly. He'd climb the ranks. He'd rule that Staples with a fucking iron fist. There would be no breaks. It would feel like they're working in a fucking... just the idea of him actually going and working a real job is interesting to me. Because he's just so inundated with all this internet culture stuff. He would be he would just be an insufferable coworker. I like all of this stuff. I think I'm just slightly off in this way. I don't like talking at work. When I'm in a work setting and I have many coworkers around me, I'm getting my job done. There's a time for talking, and it's not work. I'm good. Maybe my dad just taught me this when I was young. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. There's time for friends. I always hit him with the
It's been such a big issue that I've been trying to think of solutions for months. But your response to me doesn't really make any sense. Let's use an example to explain why. Let's say I were to claim, I want to add more gaming clips to LSF. And someone were to respond to me by saying, what do you mean more gaming clips? LSF doesn't have any gaming clips. Well, my response to that response would be, yeah, you're right. That's why I want to add more gaming clips.
But that's not really up to you. The title of the stream is live stream fails. Like that's the name of the subreddit. Sorry, I called it a stream. The name of the subreddit is live stream fails. You are going to see fails that happen on live streams. You do not get a say about what people decide are and aren't fails. If you want to create your own clips and post them yourself, again, that onus is on you. That has nothing to do with the other Redditors, like that they need to be doing their own. Like, it's just so, it's like, I don't get what he wants. Like, he just wants everything to be his way.
You have noticed the problem, I have noticed the problem, and I want to take an action to fix it. Now, would clips from a live stream reality TV show do well in LSF, or would they just get downvoted into oblivion? I'm not really sure, but I don't think the topic is so far off or so crazy that it would be impossible for these types of clips to do well. It's worth it to try.
Obviously, things would already be being clipped and posted on the LSF subreddit. Why would you be reaching out about a collaboration to ensure that happens when you know for a fact it already would?
You are partially right. Some clips would get posted. Some might even do well. But you would be surprised at how little clips get posted to LSF for how large of a subreddit it is. I counted, and as of this exact moment, there were 40 clips posted to LSF in the last 24 hours. That's not that many. My theory is, what if a dedicated editing team, or hell, one guy, spent full time trying to find good clips?
Do it then. Dude, do it. You're a moderator. Cool. Set an example. Be like, hey, I'm the mod. I post on here a lot. Like, are you prevented from posting because you're a mod? Well, you're not anymore, so get to it, buddy. Chop, chop.
Titling them correctly and posting them to LSF. Could one guy find and edit 40 clips a day for a week and then post them to LSF, outnumbering all of the rest of the users combined? Maybe. That is, of course, a very extreme example to demonstrate a point.
Also, why does it need to be 40 to outnumber everybody else? Why not just do like 2 or 3? You can do 2 or 3 clips a day if that's all you're doing, sitting on Reddit. Create 3 clips and post them up. Like, it's not that crazy for what you're trying to like make it out to be. And you're acting as though Reddit should make these things available to you. Like, they should be hiring you like employees. That doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm confused at this part. Yeah, that's that too. Make a subreddit dedicated to gaming fails. Is that not like gaming fails? r/gaming fails. Literally, it's a subreddit. r/gaming fails. It had a last post 2 years ago. Here, new. Let me sort by new. Yeah, last post 2 years ago. Go run this one. Go take this one over. Maybe that was his problem. He tried to. The gaming niche is just kind of, it's also like, what do you get from gaming fails? Oh, look at this weird glitch that happened. You kind of run the gauntlet pretty quick, I feel like. Like, we run through everything, see it all, and we're kind of done. How many more stream snipes am I of like someone getting killed on Rust do I need to see?
Better number would be more like 4 a day. And what's 4 divided by 40? Well, that's 10%. I think that would be noticeable.
Why, though? LSF best clip is just the best clip from the event. Why does LSF's name need to be attached to it? I just don't even get this stretch goal here.
Let me pitch you the idea more directly, because I think it could be very funny. I don't mean a couple people find the best clips that happen on the show. Instead, I mean that there would be a timed competition where streamers compete to create clips on the fly, post them to LSF, and whoever could farm the subreddit the best wins. Let me brainstorm.
That's such a, like, it's just such a bad idea. Like, it's just weird. It's just such a weird idea. We're going to create a game show where guys are going to be sitting at their computers, speed editing. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to pitch here.
From a couple examples to show why this could be very funny. What if Extra Emily purposely runs a red light and crashes a car? What if...
What? Wait, what? What did you just say? What the fuck did he just say? What if she crashes her car on purpose? What the fuck is he talking about?
Somebody gets a shot collar while wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt and then shocks somebody who's wearing a dog furry outfit. Heck, put them together. Extra Emily crashes the car into the furry. And I think streamers could come up with some ideas that are a lot more than the ones that I just did.
Who got a...
What did he just... Wait, I'm so confused on that second part. What did he say? He was making a Hassan reference.
And then shock somebody who's wearing a dog furry outfit.
Right.
And whoever could farm the subreddit the best wins. Let me brainstorm a couple examples to show why this could be very funny. What if Extra Emily purposely runs a red light and crashes a car? What if somebody gets a shot collar while wearing a Che Guevara t-shirt?
Okay, he was just saying Che Guevara. He was putting a little bit of spice on it.
And then shock somebody who's wearing a dog furry outfit. Heck, put them together. Extra Emily crashes a car into the furry. And I think streamers could come up with some ideas that are a lot more than the ones that I just did.
Who got a refund? I haven't seen anyone, posting receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question.
Regarding the $1 million fan situation.
Yeah, he can only talk in streamer analogies. So imagine this. I start streaming. I get $1 million in donations right away. Step 3, retire. I don't know.
I realize that I clearly don't have all the information, so I don't want to comment on it that much.
Okay. So here's
receipts of getting a refund from the money they spent on this. Where are you getting that information from? That's a genuine question.
Regarding the $1 million fan situation, I realize that I clearly don't have all the information, so I don't want to comment on it that much. That being said, I did have a new piece of information available to show. The company has given me a redacted and time-stamped refund that you can see right here. Additionally, they say this is all they can provide right now, given user privacy laws.
It's not that nobody notices. It's
okay. I mean, that's good. That's good. As long as you got that, that's good.
It's not that nobody notices, it's that nobody's happy about it, where they can hide certain things or boost certain things. That's a bad thing. Everyone knows that it exists, and everyone knows that there is actual power in that. I don't think anyone actually disputes that.
Hey, I'm glad it's obvious to you.
I mean, it's a very weak piece of evidence, but at least he has some kind of receipt.
Too. But when I said Reddit moderators have power in my deadpan moderator voice, a lot of people made fun of me for it. But perhaps the perception of the egotistical Reddit moderator who looks funny and takes his unpaid janitorial duties way too seriously was too much for people to look past, and they couldn't see the truth of the matter. I'm not happy about it either. That is in fact exactly why I made these videos. People who are looking at me in horror or laughter or pity should ask themselves what that says about the $50 billion platform that is Reddit. Take every insult that...
We do.
you have against me about how I'm incompetent, about how I'm biased, egotistical, power hungry, etc., all that. And ask yourself, how does that make you feel about Reddit, knowing that I was able to control one of the top subreddits on the platform?
It's literally not one of the top subreddits on the platform. That's just not true.
For over a year, with borderline dictatorial powers, doing who knows what that you'll never find out about, and then realize I am the bull in the china shop. I'm telling you these things directly. Forget about me.
We also know that already. I like this is such like a nothing burger. He's like, think about it. If somebody like me could control Reddit, it's like, yeah, bro, cool. You've kind of like confirmed all of our assumptions. That's basically all you've done in this. I don't know if you're because at the end of the day, again, like it doesn't mean that much up to a point. Like live stream fails is pretty innocuous at the end of the day. Maybe we'll start seeing a bunch of hate clips that get posted, but I don't know. I felt like live stream fails has been getting like a bit redundant lately, recently too, and like maybe that will change after this guy's gone, because he was posting a lot of shit. I mean, it seems like he was very involved in deleting and paying attention to what was posted.
Think about all the other subreddits that exist. Think about how you have no idea who they are, what they're doing, and every time somebody like me gives you a peek under the curtain, society gawks at the insanity of all of it.
You are a moderator and a sub.
You're not giving us like a peek under the curtain at anything other than yourself either. Again, you are just the embodiment of a stereotype, which is sad to say on some level, but it's like, it's just the truth. And so you kind of have to try and work past that as best you can. Join late. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to have you.
Subreddit, why are you chasing down brand partnerships and collaborations, buddy?
I guess my ex finished college finally and scored a high paying job. So he trying to win me back by showering me with gifts right now. Take all the gifts, reject all of the emotional attachment.
I mean, you're an influencer with a platform. Why do you do it? You could say personal enrichment, but you don't strike me as somebody who's completely motivated by money. I could imagine you doing a brand deal or partnership, not for money, but just with a group that you think is cool for your community. Or maybe you just want to. And Reddit is a platform.
But you quite literally said that you were hoping that you could leverage this. You were leveraging your moderator status so that you could get involvement with this game show that you could hope to then leverage for more deals, maybe more like involvement in other things that are being created. Like that was your hope in this. Like it was for selfish purposes.
Like any other platform. And moderators are in charge of it. I know this is rare and nobody does this stuff. That's my entire point. Reddit as a platform is underutilized. So just like you might utilize your platform, why can't moderators? You brought up examples of conflicts of interest. Well, let's do the same thing again. What do you do about conflicts of interest? A company could work with you, and you could also be incentivized to, I don't know, not say something bad about them or cover some drama involving them. The reality is, conflicts of interest are everywhere in life. It's good to be aware of them.
Yes, but when you were running something like a subreddit, you literally are showing that you are biased. And yes, again, you are just shining a light on the thing that we already assumed about all of these Reddit mods, that you are all you're all highly biased and authoritarian in your want for power over Reddit.
It's good to minimize risks associated with them, but I don't see why Reddit is so sacrosanct of a platform that it's different from any other platforms where conflicts of interest exist. I guess for Reddit moderators, we're representing other people. We don't truly own the platform, so maybe it's more important for us to be unbiased compared to other platforms, I guess. But man, if we're worried about...
And again, I've never made fun of his appearance. I've never been like, ha ha ha, look at this freak. That's not the point that I made. What I've been saying this entire time is, I'll say it again because I think this point is so astute. When you start balding, you have to work with what's there and forget about what's not. Because if you're trying to style what's not there, you're going to end up with this. What you want to do is get the reverse fade. I will die on this hill. Get the reverse fade. Look how clean this guy looks. Look at this. Tell me that's not clean. Tell me that's not clean. You might think at first when you see it, you might see it one time and be like, oh, I don't know. That looks weird. I don't like it. But you see him every day. You're going to work with this guy. He's putting effort into it. You know, he's actually trying to put some kind of effort into his appearance. I'm telling you. It's the next big thing. Try it out. Try it out. Bald is beautiful.
Bias, I can promise you that there are way bigger fish to fry in terms of how biased moderators are allowed to be, that I'm not sure that brand deals for community events is really the biggest danger out there. But sure, it's something to look out for.
There are no qualifications to be a Reddit mod.
You're right. There aren't any qualifications, but maybe there should be. Maybe because there are no...
I mean, there probably shouldn't be. A subreddit could be created about literally anything. There should be kind of oversight from Reddit admin. You know, they should be kind of looking over to see what these different subreddits are doing, but on a macro scale, like looking at everything individually and like trying to have like intense oversight into these different communities is like a futile effort.
No such qualifications. This is why we're seeing all the problems that we see. It seems like you're trying to have this every way past Sunday without realizing that the premises that you've agreed to lead to a conclusion. These facts that we have agreed on are that Reddit is a $50 billion company that moderators have power over. Maybe not as much power as an overly invested, egotistical power mod as myself might like to believe, but power nonetheless. And most Reddit moderators are completely unqualified, biased, power hungry, and are doing a bad job.
I'm telling you, hop on the reverse fade before everybody else does. Imagine if Ninja had a low taper fade.
Look at the gifted sub.
Imagine if Ninja had a low taper fade.
Think of the gifted. Think of the gifted sub.
Job, and Reddit isn't doing anything to fix it. Maybe it should. As for me, I'm out of ideas. My solutions are bad and didn't work. But I see a problem, I see the effect it has, and I don't know how to fix it. So if anybody else has any idea about how to fix this, please say so. You might be surprised as to who listens. Thank you.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Was that the last thing? It was a few
Thank you for
hours
watching.
ago. It wasn't that long ago. I do like that he slowly started changing colors throughout the video. He went from green to yellow by the end. Interesting. Let's see one more of his skits. Let's see.
This is Brian, and I'm here today at the Outdoor Convention Center in San Francisco for MixerCon 2021. We've got a lot of space here, a lot of room. We don't have to worry about attendance issues here. It is within the legal capacity for events. People thought that these COVID restrictions would put a damper on event space. Not for this event. We sent some invites out to Ninja and Shroud. They didn't accept, but maybe we'll have a surprise guest appearance. Let's go see who we can find around here. Do you guys know Ninja? Ninja was on Mixer once. He played Fortnite. I heard he's really big in the 12 to 18-year-old audience. We like Fortnite. Poggers, what kind of new features do you think will be announced? Do you think we'll get...
You don't want to film too many videos like this, my friend. They're going to triangulate your location. Don't do it. Okay, I think I'm going to watch one of these, so I'll watch this one. I've been sitting on this when a man thinks he got hired at Area 51 video. I've been sitting on that one for a while, but we're going to watch this one first because it was recommended. So I think I'm going to watch this today, and maybe we'll save those for tomorrow as well as the Willie Mac video. But that is stale 2000. He is a very stale 2000. Or tarot card or Brian. I didn't even know everybody was doing a Pride Minute. I'm sorry. Happy Pride Minute, everybody. I hope you were all... We exist in the Pride Minute. It's fine. I always send my good body cams to you now, Captain. Thank you for that. But don't say it like that. So this is creepy clown police encounter goes horribly wrong. This is what they should have done. I haven't watched it yet. Maybe it goes really bad. But maybe this is what should have happened when there were the 20... Was it 2015? When were the clowns a thing? Was it 2016? We gotta bring them back. It's 2026 now. Bring back the clown sightings. Is this the first one? Or, ooh, maybe. No, it's from 2024.
On March 24, 2025, Officer Franz with the Palm Bay, Florida Police Department was dispatched to a strip mall after receiving a report of a suspicious male dressed as a clown acting erratically. It's important to note that prior to this call, police had been out with the suspect and had issued him a criminal trespass warning in 2 previous encounters. Upon arrival, Franz intended to arrest the suspect for trespassing on private property. However, the suspect did not go down without a fight.
Don't go anywhere, Chris. You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I know it's not free to leave. I'm going.
No, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest now. Put your stuff down.
Yo, this is kind of a dope suit. What is this? It's like a custom Ronald McDonald suit. This is fire. I kind of like this. Yo, I'm watching his drip right now. Thank you, Evie. Member for 3 months. I'm just a clown. Yes, indeed. That's me as a clown, as you can see.
Watch it. Rob me? Put your stuff down.
Ronald's been on hard times.
Put your stuff down. Go. Step it up. Go. I'll just sleep. Get the on the ground. You're not safe. You're not safe. Now. Turn over now. Turn over now.
You call him a Nazi? Damn, you ripped his swag. How could you do that?
Now. Go. Turn over now. You. Turn over. God damn it.
Oh no, they got him in a Kimura. Fuck.
Ah! Give me your other arm. Give me your other arm. How? You got a tiger on my face, stupid.
Had a fucking flare gun? What was that? Like, it looked like just like a plastic toy pistol, but it almost looks like a fucking flare gun.
Give me your other arm. How? You got a tiger on my face.
I think that is a... Wait, is that a flare gun?
Stupid. I know you're rob me anyway.
Damn, is he just going around shooting flares at people? That's crazy. Maybe he's not even shooting them at people, just shooting flares around town dressed as a clown. You can kind of expect for this to happen.
Should have treated you like a big pig. Sit up. Come on. Sit up. Leave me laying down. My shoulder hurts. Sit up. Dude, too, huh?
This is what he's listening to. This is a great video so far. His legs look broken. I think his shoe's just maybe on the end of his foot. Like, his leg looks absolutely destroyed here. Like, he's just got his knee bent, but then the shoe makes it look completely fucked.
Crap, how do you turn this piece of crap off? Piece of stupid. It's one line on use one. You got anything else on you know about? None of your business. All right, well, stand up for me. No. You got to stand up. You drag you to the car, shoot, boy. Hey, let's go. Yeah, keep it.
Yeah, stuff like that.
God, you just say that. You got a chance to the day's story. Turn around.
That was quick.
Turn around. This guy's phone still. Terrorist. Well, it's called perjury.
I thought it was an S&M ball gag thing. I mean, it looks like that. The straps are odd. I've never seen a clown nose with straps like that. Like at most they'll have like a string that goes around your face.
Have a seat. There's a such thing penalty at burger. Why don't you arrest those stupid motherfucker? You look like a clown. No shit, I am a clown, stupid. I've been a clown since I was Baptist when I was growing up Bayside High. No, we're not. Juggalos developed. The Juggalos were developed by clowns to begin with.
The Juggalos were developed by clowns to begin with. Did they ask him if he's a Juggalo? He said, "No, I'm a clown. I'm one of the real ones."
Baptist when I was growing up Bayside High. No, we're not. Juggalos developed. The Juggalos were developed by clowns to begin with.
Okay, so it's an insane clown posse?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the clown business too, and they don't go around kids.
I got you.
I raised two beautiful daughters. You best sat there and
Okay, man. I mean, no one accused clowns of being pedophiles. Well, it's happened. We know John Wayne Gacy, but I don't know why you brought this up right now.
One of my daughters goddamn house.
Am I a joke to you, sir? Do I look like a clown or something? I'd love to do that. Dress up as a clown, go start some shit with the cops, just to ask them, do I look like it's some kind of joke to you?
How's the day?
That was all trustable. I don't care if you're in jail, you can't trust me for nowhere.
Yeah, we can.
Bullshit.
That's not right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, hey, you're not free to leave, Chris. He said, no, I'm f***ing leaving. I know it's time for me to leave. I said, no, you're not free to leave. You're under arrest. Turn around. And he tensed up and pulled away. Got in a fighting stance. So I grabbed him, swung him around, leg swept him. And then I just jumped on him, and then Josh came up.
Yeah, we were around the corner. He just stepped up.
F***ing guy.
Yep.
Oh, big man, you leg swept a homeless clown. Good for you.
I'll just drive him up there.
He normally carries a machete or some kind of knife in his backpack.
He had a starter gun, or flare gun, whatever. Yeah, he had full cartridges too for it.
Flare gun. Yeah. Are they spent?
No.
No.
You got another outfit?
At least he puts on clean outfits.
That's sick. Where does he get these? I want these. I want one of these. They're like, they look custom made. What are those? That's so awesome.
And that's all he wears now. He's gonna need a new one. I ripped the shit out of that one.
229, 143.
Go ahead.
You want me just to direct transport and do the paperwork up there? He's not being combative, but just being really verbal.
Should have been working body cam.
Let's try to get him booked, and if he's acting up, and then we'll take him out.
Damn, they're not cheap. I found the one that... this is on eBay, though. The one that he has on eBay is going for $38. Let me copy image.
How you doing?
Would anybody that was a witness want to talk to them?
Who had the best view?
We do. He looks like the guy that stands at I-95 and picks trash.
Looking at the handsome.
Yeah, it's like $45 on Amazon. How'd this guy get them in bulk? What kind of supply store did he go to?
Oh, I'll let him know. He'll like that. But yes, Christopher is the Palm Bay clown. So,
Is he? Oh, he's the Palm Bay what?
Clown.
Bank manager. Anything I need to worry about?
No, we are giving the troubled individual a new place to live.
Is it Ronald McDonald?
Yes.
Cool. Thanks, guys. I appreciate what you do.
Thank you.
They got fucking body cams, motherfucker. They got. I only been out 3 months. They got body cams, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. And he was just going crazy. Yeah.
I'm a little confused right now. Is this family and then they're getting him committed? Is that what's happening?
Craziness.
My body cam was on the entire time.
You don't have body cam on, stupid.
It's right here. It was on when I was talking to you outside of Dollar General and you were telling us to not...
You know, I've never seen a cop do that before. I kind of like that move. Look at it. Just show him it.
Not call you Christopher, but to call you Wicked Jesus.
Did he make any sort of like aggressive stance or anything like that?
Not until the cops came and grabbed him.
Okay.
And then one got him and the other one...
Okay, they're just bystanders that saw him acting crazy. Okay. Well, I'm just kind of confused by the way the cops said that they're going to get him rehomed or whatever. It's like, what are you talking about? Are you just saying because you're taking him to jail?
And flew down.
Yeah.
This guy here ain't bad either.
I'm telling you, I'm not door. Have it far too long. I'm damned to say that's my life. Hear me?
Yep.
Can I talk to the chief? This is bullshit.
No.
Why?
And your address
Is in Reno.
it is?
Well, yeah.
Was.
Well,
What's your address now?
It's a P.O. box because I live in a campground.
Okay.
In Ocala.
In Ocala. So what do you
I know Slim Jesus. Everybody knows about Slim Jesus. Didn't he stop rapping? Everybody remember Drill Time? You know who it is? I remember the main joke everybody used to make was that he looked like Caillou. That was literally the main thing.
doing in the bay?
Because they left her out of the state penitentiary in
Oh,
Florida.
shut up.
I don't gotta take her back till tomorrow.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kick her ass.
Here's what's gonna happen, okay?
The way these cops are just gossiping with these ladies. Interesting.
You were out there with a sergeant who was my supervisor.
Uh-huh.
He was the guy with the white hair. Right?
Was it the other guy?
Yeah, no, not the tall guy. The other shorter guy.
The older guy with
The older, shorter guy with white
I
hair.
kind of spoke with him, guy.
He's a sergeant.
Huh?
Yes. So.
Well, this is Perjury Police Report.
So,
Arrest me under.
hold on. So what's going to happen now, and I want your full cooperation, okay? What's going to happen now is I'm going to take the seatbelt off. We're going to walk willingly in through this door. We're going to proceed to book you, all right? After that, we're going to take your photo. And then we're going to put you in a cell. So when we put you in the cell, hold on, it's a temporary space.
I gotta say, he's cooperating pretty well right now. I knew that this was not going to end in the way that he wanted. He was waiting for them to say something good, like, "No, we're gonna take your handcuffs off and let you go."
You're going to be taken out at some point. We're going to drive you up to the jail. So.
Well, for what? It's a personal police report.
Hold on.
Oh, I don't like mine either, so it's all good.
Well, in Reno, you have to put your hair up so they can see your ears. I'm going, you're going to identify me by my ears? Yes, so I put my hair up when I got my picture taken. I look like a freaking old man.
Do you want to talk to someone else? Because someone else has to come and talk to you.
I'd rather talk to the chief of police.
It ain't going to be the chief. It's going to be another sergeant who's acting lieutenant. Okay?
Acting lieutenant means he's a fake lieutenant?
No, he's just acting in place of the lieutenant who is on vacation today. So he's a very experienced, been here for a longer time sergeant.
Does he have
He's my sergeant supervisor.
Does he have a degree in policing? It's a good question, Ronald.
Does he have a degree in psychology to handle people like me?
I assume so.
You know, I don't go for assume so.
But the one cop, tall, good-looking one, he did good. So did that little short guy. He did a good job, too. You guys are awesome. Awesome.
They want your number.
You are awesome.
They cannot stop bragging about how hot you guys are. Yeah, I'm just saying.
I can say that.
I'm like, I know. I'm like, I know.
You're hot.
Oh my goodness, you guys better get out of here. Oh, oof. Man, they're like, who is that officer? Who is that? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Now.
Don't sell yourself short, buddy. They definitely weren't talking about you.
Who is that? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Now. I've never had handcuffs on. You guys were awesome. Could I try them? Could I just try them for a second?
That's him.
So do you want to talk to that person who's going to come here and talk to you?
Can you just take me to mental health instead? That worked. No, it worked way better. It worked way better. I can go talk to some.
You can ask him about that.
All right, that'll work.
Do you want to talk to him?
Yeah, but I want to get out of his car first.
Okay, so we're going to take you out of the car and then you're going to go into a cell. The minute you start acting up, it's not going to go well because then you're not going to talk to the guy and we're just going to do it the way we're going to do it, okay? So I need your full cooperation.
Instead of taking me to jail, can you take me to Circle K?
I'm not telling you that.
Can you take me to Circle K? Is that what he said?
Full cooperation.
Instead of taking me to jail, can you take me to Circle K?
I'm not telling you that.
Okay, Circle K. He's talking about a hospital, okay. I thought he said Circle K for a second.
Would you please?
No.
Why?
Because again, you're going to talk to it. I'm not sitting here and arguing with you about this, all right? I'm telling you what's going to happen. A through Z. And I'm telling you A through Z. Okay, this is what's
breaking
going
the
to
law
happen.
yourself and believing in a drive police
Are you going
report.
to cooperate?
I'm trying to get you to help me out. This is bullshit. This is absolute bullshit. You don't need to have your hand on that.
From the moment he got here, he was the clown.
Okay.
Very erratic behavior. I've been out for 3 months and they all have body cams. They all have body cams. This place, I hate the body cams. And that's all. He just kept saying that.
From 2012 and now I got it.
Just take me back to McDonald's and drop me off. Come on. I'm not supposed to be here.
I bet you I stood it.
Stand right here. You have anything else to come up here and stick me?
You guys already have it empty in my pocket.
I know, but they gotta do it again.
Why do you gotta keep asking the same
He
question?
does, because he wasn't out there with you.
Oh. Shut the f*** about him, Tom. Bro, here.
You guys got an interesting build.
Out there with you.
Oh.
Just the way he's standing, he's really poking his ass out.
Shut the f*** about him, Tom. Bro, here. You're bald anyway. Stupid. Boy, you should.
Yo, this is the Joker in real life. That stance.
You're bald anyway. Stupid.
Look at that. Look at this right here.
Boy, you should have just sat there before you told me to get rocked instead of arresting me.
Wicked Jesus, can you look right here? It's going to be a bright light. That's the camera for you, all right?
Wicked Jesus. I heard it earlier, but them just continuing to call him that is so funny.
Can I take this off?
No.
I gotta take it off for the picture.
No.
It's gonna come off of you at some point. So it's either now or
No.
later.
Later.
Okay.
Just take a picture with it. I'll take a picture with it. I want the song.
That's sick, bro. Get that as a t-shirt. That's hard. Everybody loves a good mugshot. This is a great one.
I'm Googling anyway. TikToks and Facebook and Instagrams and all other social media's gonna sit there and be checking me out anyway. I tried to trespass and bring that property instead of arresting the best of person. I got a police report.
Gotta go down there.
I have no way over. I want the cuffs on me. I want the cuffs on me. I want the cuffs on me.
They have to come off.
No.
You can't have them on anymore.
I want the cuffs on me.
All right, Mr. Bowler, we're gonna go back to the car, all right?
It's bullshit. It's serious bullshit. Every one of you all has got a clown inside you. I know you do. Jen ain't got no mental health, real mental health, dog.
It's shitty, but it's
circle the carrot. Y'all got a sewing machine here?
No, sir.
Damn.
There was a water machine in the cell, but you didn't want to go in there.
I'm tired of drinking water. For prison. Now leave the door open, please.
Wicked Jesus. Yeah. What's happening now is I'm going to verbalize everything to you so there's no misunderstanding, okay?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
The person I told you is going to come talk to you, they're on their way right now, okay?
Alright. You talk some rap, please.
Some rap?
Yeah.
I got you. Any artist in particular?
ICP.
ICP, I got you.
Yep, some ICP.
Wicked
bro.
Jesus. The guy's here to talk to you, okay?
No, I'm gonna get a claim for ICP.
That's who?
Wicked Jesus.
Fair enough.
Then they let out Ronald McDonald. You know, this guy was just like, whoa.
Sir, can I call a vehicle, please?
This is sir that's going to talk to you.
Alright.
It's got to snap a photo of you, too.
Alright.
Just stand right here.
Thank you.
Do you have any injuries? No? Okay.
Thank you for discovery history. United States Code Discovery. Buying a D214 one, but I ain't telling you.
Turn and face this way for me. There we go. Can you face the car for me?
Face the car, what for?
I'm gonna take a picture of your back.
Why?
I can have him make you do it, or we can just go ahead and get it over with. There you go. You want to tell me what happened today?
I got purge eyes on.
What?
I got purge eyes on. That's why I'm in this disposition.
Okay. What happened with you and the cop?
Well, I was. Which one? What do you mean? Earlier before when they want me to leave?
Yeah, when you got arrested. What happened there?
I didn't want to. I wanted to talk to them and tell them what purge drive police report.
Okay.
I don't like you, and I'm not being informed of why you guys were being called out there to have you trespass from that property anyway when I was talking good about a clown in the first place.
Okay.
Always.
I was trying to understand why the nose had straps too. We've been trying to figure that out. I guess it's easier than having like a string. It's like better. Like the string isn't digging into your face. It's probably a little bit more comfortable. Just wondering, did he make it himself? It's quite impressive.
White people freaking sit there and does this shit, the clown. Every single one of us, whether we listen to the music or ICP or not, we all have our own thing. There's homeless. I'm a hobo clown. I'm trying to get off the streets. This ain't getting me off the streets.
What happened when the officer tried to put you under arrest?
I didn't want to be placed on arrest. I wanted to go to mental health.
Okay, but
what
what
happened?
happened?
Let me explain.
Okay, but what happened?
I got short-term memory loss when I come to violence.
Okay, so you don't remember what happened? All right, fair enough.
But instead of taking me to jail, can you take me to a circle of care instead? Because they're not going to teach me no. Why?
All right, sir.
Because what's done is done, man.
Put a little purge right.
Look at Jesus.
For it.
Come on.
Have a seat in the car for me.
You can argue that in court, my guy.
They have mental health professionals at the court.
It's not great. It's not great. They do. I used to work there.
No, they don't. They're not.
I used to work there. They're not great, but they do.
The suspect, identified as 40-year-old Christopher Marlowe, was transported to the Palm Bay jail. Christopher was charged with trespass after warning and resisting arrest. In November 2025, the two charges were dismissed after the court determined Christopher was not competent to stand trial.
It's almost like they probably should have just taken him to the hospital. I know it's always like a hard decision to make, but a guy dressed in a clown suit, you can kind of put a couple things together to be able to tell what's going on. But I think this is where I'm going to end the stream today. We've been going for about 3 hours, so I think that's good. for today's stream. I really do appreciate everybody for stopping in. Remember, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do this every day of the week. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll look at that Candace Owens stuff and some other things as well. And then gaming on Thursday, and another stream on Friday, and then a member stream on Saturday, I think, too. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. So I really do appreciate everybody for checking it out, hanging out with me, looking at this cool stuff. It's cool, it's awesome, just like you. So this is Captain Quasar signing off.